Oh, what is up, everybody? I'm not going to do the whole thing right away for the baseline. I got to find a new way to start these things. But what is up? I am Nick Diaz, and this is the Chat Attack. This is the Double Toast pre-show. Weekly Rayost in toast because Corey misspelled something. That's a little stupid there, Coleman. You fucked up. You got to change that.
Yeah, you should have Jen help you out. Like she helped Nick out.
Look at this, guys. The weekly Rayost in toast. I'm sorry, dude.
You know what, Nick? I seriously considered, like, I was talking about random Batista movies and random Jason Statham movies. I was this close from just not stopping and just keep going into the intro. So instead of the noble, hey, welcome everyone, it'd just be talking about a random movie called Bushwick.
No, because you guys sometimes get mad at me when I do that shit too. I remember hearing about that. You guys are just like, hey man, you gonna tell us when we're gonna fucking start, bro? Jesus, stupid dumb idiot. Poo poo caca pee pee. The whole thing.
I mean, most of that didn't happen, so let the audience choose what actually happened. But, like, as long as we're not talking about something private or personal, if we're in the middle of a topic, go ahead. At least for me. You have to ask the rest of the cast.
Yeah. On this situation, it doesn't revolve around you, sir. God damn
Yes,
it, Alan.
It always does.
tells me exactly, like, hey, man, you gotta do this, okay? Why don't you just keep it playing, blah, blah, but, you know, I don't know about anybody else.
I literally text him every day, hey, what's the plan tonight?
Here's the thing, though, Alan. That plan never affects what we do before the show, because who knows? Maybe my shit ain't working. Maybe, you know, I'm
this is why I also text him 7 hours before the show starts, just in case whatever happens, happens.
How does that even equate? Like, that's not even applicable to what I just said.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I give you, like, ample time so that at some point, whenever you're free, you text me, like, hey, this is what's going to happen.
Well, no, the things change, like, last, like, 2 minutes. I'm not talking
I know,
about the show,
that's what I mean. Like, I give you as much time as you need, so whatever happens,
But you're
happens.
talking about the show. I'm talking about before the show. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, before
like,
the show.
Oh my god, you are fucking, like... I'm out of words. It's like too stupid. Like I can't fucking what?
It's okay, Nick. You'll get smarter.
Jesus fucking Christ! Like the short bus is in the motherfucker. Anyways, hi everybody. How you guys doing? I promise I'm not gonna be arguing with him the entire show. I really do not want to. But holy fuck, he started already. I mean, you guys see it. You guys see it right there. The first thing I say was laughing at Weekly Raced and Toast or whatever the fuck it's called, and he's like, "Oh, you can't read." It's like, Alan, why do you prove my point instantly every day? Because
it's you.
Alan.
No one has any sympathy for you.
There is not one person I know that's dumber. I really don't.
I think you know about 3.
I don't. I really don't. But anyways, Jen, how are you doing on this wonderful, lovely evening?
Cramping.
Yeah, no, that's a whole thing. God doesn't like women, apparently. I'm pointing that out there. You know, I want that to trend. God does not like women. He gives them periods.
If you listen to the Bible, you're right.
For real?
Well, to be fair, most people don't like women.
Oh damn! Is that fair? I love that. To be fair, women, you know.
Look, man, straight up, read the Bible.
Well, to be completely honest, most people don't like women.
Like, dude, the entire Genesis of the Bible is a woman fucked up heaven and had to get him, Adam and Eve, kicked out because a woman fucked it up. Not, the guy who was doing any of his dumb shit. It's like, no. The woman got tempted by the snake and ate a fucking apple.
Can I be honest though? Fuck. Look. Is there any women in the chat? I should be more concerned that my fucking girlfriend's literally in this call who just got done talking. That's not Alan. Trust in me. But I do want to say something that's not going to be popular. Jet, permission to be a dick really quick?
Don't give him permission.
No.
Okay, she just saved the whole fucking show. Thank you, Jet. So, anyways, I don't know what I'm talking about, man. The greatest fictional book ever written, or non-fictional book, is going to be the Chat Tag documentary. Man, I can't wait for that shit where we're all old and like they have us like separate.
Where they are now type shit.
Well, not only that, but like they'll have us separate doing interviews. So like, you know how, they never record the question. They just record someone saying something that goes to the visuals they're showing. Yeah. So it's like it shows a picture of me with like a stupid face, like, Durr! And then you just hear Alan in the background, like he was always a dick to me.
Sometimes those I also like it because I actually prefer the whole you don't hear the question, so they're just talking naturally. But I kind of like when they repeat the question. Oh yeah, so why do I always fuck with Nick? Well, and then it just goes back to just this montage of your shit and go. He always says I go first, but every time he talks, I get PTSD from the first show I ever did as part of the Chat Attack. And for people who don't know what the first show was, I pop in and it says, welcome to the show. And then immediately boots me out of the call.
Wait, what? That never happened?
That literally happened. I popped in and you accidentally kicked me out of the call.
I swear to God, I don't remember that. We've never talked about it before, and this is the first
We
time I've ever heard
bursted
about it.
out laughing, and you had to restart a new call just to get me back in.
Really? Okay, I did not remember that. Because every time I think about you being on a chat attack episode, or whatever, I always think about that one where you pissed off an entire audience and had like literally 18 people calling you stupid. So,
I stand by my words. My opinion has not changed for that day. I'm just better at what was it, talking it out.
what's crazy about that too is like I actually agree with you on most of that, and like that must.
I
make
wasn't
you stupid
ready
by proxy.
Well, that's the thing. At the end of the day, I wasn't ready because I was like, oh, my opinion. I formed it out. I thought about it. I watched the movie 3 times prior just to make sure that I still, form my opinion. Because before I joined the chat attack, I was still very opinionated, but it was way more random and less focused. So I wasn't really used to fighting that many people. It'd be like maybe 2 or 3 of my buddies. Popping onto the, I guess at the time it was the midnight chat attack. We had like 10 people in the call and like 30 people watching, and but I was like maybe the second time I showed up, third time, and they were not friendly. Oh man, that was a bloodbath. I almost never came back.
Yeah, man. 5 Figure Say to the face. What is up there? And thank you for following Semilan. I really appreciate that. And by the way, there's so many other people in the chat too. Just want to say hi really quick. Yak saying, "What is up? Surprise, bitches." Ryan saying the Meekly Ghost and Coast. Oh yes, that would definitely be a name of a show. But so many other people in the chat too. I'm just not really good at reading all this shit. But thank you guys for being here. Honeydew 1999. We talking last night in Soho. I already talked about that earlier today, but I'm gonna give Alan a chance to do that. So Alan, have you seen the last night in Soho trailer?
No, I actually didn't. I'll watch it right now while you guys talk.
Yeah, watch it, and I'll talk about what I thought about it earlier. And I'll actually even show it on screen and whatnot, because the thing is, people, let me see, last night in Soho trailer. I always want to say like some other name for this fucking thing, or fucking thing, not fucking thing. Wow, did I censor myself on accident? Like that usually takes fucking effort. But this particular thing over here, I had a couple of issues with this. First of all, I don't like the creepy version of the downtown, downtown. I think it's stupid, and I think it's Seinfeld every time I hear that song, because there's an episode where they do that song. It's actually like the whole fucking, thesis of that particular episode. The thing is, though, is that while looking at this, but the issue I have here is that, like most movies where there's a ghost and there's a girl, oh, the ghost is very pretty, and it's teased me with this idea of I want to be pretty just like her, and she's like an alter ego. And oh, since my girl, I gotta change my clothes. I gotta do one of those fucking stupid little scenes where I change into something nice because all girls give a fuck about is looking good, I guess. And then flamboyance, dancing, pervert men looking at me, blah blah. It's like, dude, like you are doing every fucking thing that people just kind of assume. And then sex. We gotta have our main actress get fucked a bunch.
Yep.
It's like I can't stand that shit. It really gets my fucking nerves. And how many times are you guys going to attempt to scare us with a pretty girl? Like, we know she's a ghost. Your whole concept that's going to be revealed at the end has already been spoiled by this. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to look at a girl like, oh, she's venomous. What horrible things does she have planned?
Well, it's less about venomous and more about, like, the seductors. They're like, oh, hey, she's pretty. So you let your guard down until she gets the weird crazy eyes and jumps to the camera or some shit.
Yeah, but we've done that a million fucking times. And I like Edgar Wright. He's the guy who's done Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, all
Wait,
that
this
stuff.
is an Edgar Wright movie?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, I would never have guessed that, because this motherfucker makes nothing but, like, upbeat comedies.
Yeah, and then, I mean, the way they dressed this girl down and how she's looking at the place like, oh, I'm not used to this particular lifestyle. Essentially, I'm just going to assume that they're looking at this girl like she has either a self-esteem issue or that she's actually ugly. She's fucking pretty. Like, the girl that's in our forefront, the one who doesn't have the dress on, she looks pretty. And I know what the story's going to do. It's going to be like, hey, like, she wishes she was better. She wishes she was pretty like the other girls. She doesn't belong here. Meanwhile, in real fucking life and reality, with our own eyes, she would be fine. There's nothing wrong with her. And it reminds me of Ready Player One, where, like, the girl who wants to be cool in the video game, in real life, she's fine as fuck. I hate that.
Like, I agree with that mentality, but at the end of the day, it's like, you're taking somebody that's essentially, like, I still can see, as much as people complain about that trope, it's like, as much as people complain about that trope still exists in real life to a lot of degree. Like, let's say we take this girl for example, she probably would still feel very inadequate compared to the girl that's wearing the pink dress. Yes, it's an overdone trope, and in some cases it's done very poorly, but any trope can be done well. Any trope can work out well. I don't think this movie's going to be particularly good or even break that, but a trope exists because it reflects real life to a certain degree. And it's like, yeah, we know a lot of people. We know a lot of friends, for instance, that are conventionally attractive, but don't think about that because of various trauma or just how their own self-esteem works, and that's why a lot of these movies always center around that same kind of aspect. I just wanted to do something a little bit differently where that's not necessarily the main focus, that's just an aspect of the character, because the biggest problem with that is it becomes their whole character. It's the whole I'm not good enough is their whole character, and they don't do anything that's going to be somewhat nuanced. It's just, hey, this ghost is going to seduce me by making me dream about all this weird shit, and then it's going to kill me once it basically gets in, or possess me. It's probably going to be a possession movie.
And one thing is, like, people brought up Perfect Blue, which I love that someone even name dropped that. But I watched that a while back, but this was 24 years ago that this came out as an anime movie. And this actually is legitimately creepy. The way it's shot, the way certain things happen, the music, the way people look, and then just the fact that we don't know what to expect. You look at this and you're probably just thinking it's like some pervert movie, or you're probably thinking of just someone seeing shit, whatever. And it is creepy even with that particular mindset. But this gets way crazier. And if they're gonna do the same thing with this Last Night in Soho movie, that's cool. But goddamn, like the way you shot this trailer, you're kind of giving us like, I won't say anything like an Evil Dead or whatever the fuck, but like maybe like Room 14, whatever the fuck it's called, or like one of those like scary hotel movies or whatever the fuck. And it's like, I don't think you guys got what it takes to, to meet the expectations, especially in comparison to the other stuff that does this. But Jed, I know you didn't watch the trailer or anything, but like, do you see similarities, especially people bringing up Perfect Blue? Did you even find Perfect Blue actually scary?
Oh, Perfect Blue is really, really creepy. I wouldn't say it's scary, but it definitely makes you think a lot.
So the idea of this being like a live action movie, I'm not saying that that's what Last Night in Soho is doing, but like if they did do something like this in live action, do you think it would be as effective, or do you think that Perfect Blue was as effective as it was because it was an anime?
I feel like it being animated, you got it just works so much better because there's so much more you can do with an animated movie rather than a live action. It just feels better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I kind of agree with that too. I mean, that shit gets violent too, and you just all of the stuff you're not expecting. This though, Jed, complaining about as far as how women are written and used in these kind of horror movies. Jed, do you agree that do you think I have any right to complain, or not really?
Well, I don't really know too much about this either, but from what you're talking about, like I get what you're saying. Like you're tired of girls in movies. Well, as like for one part, like I'm not that attractive. I'm skinny with nice skin and actually nice hair, and I'm actually considered attractive to a lot of people. But I can actually be even more attractive, but I don't think of myself as attractive, like that sort of shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just like, we don't, but they ain't got no acne, no like bald spots.
Yeah, no blemishes at all.
No boogers, no armpit hair, no hair
sweat.
Legs.
I laughed my ass off because Jet just kind of said, "Yeah, Nick, you're tired of girls in film," and it took a long pause. I thought she was going for a bit.
No, like, but that's the thing. No mustaches. Thank you, 5 fingers in the face.
No full on beards, no nothing. But it's just like, oh yeah, like a lot of people would still consider you attractive, which is like,
yeah, like
okay, like can you put someone who's actually would be considered unattractive in some of these movies? Like, I guess what you're saying in that part, but I guess they want like actual drawing, I guess.
Yeah,
so they always have to put in something pretty.
They think that's someone basic enough that you could almost believe that they have self-esteem issues, but not so ugly that people are going to be like, "Oh, I do not want to see that person on screen." It's a really weird mentality, especially with horror, because horror has been traditionally, "Hey, get the boys in by having some attractive woman be the victim." So it's like and honestly, ghost stories are notoriously for doing primarily female young girls, or at least teenage to young adults. Like, it's kind of a notorious genre, so it's like, and most ghost movies kind of suck.
I will say, is it I wonder if he's doing like the whole blonde thing, because it's actually been proven that while someone with brown hair can like be considered pretty attractive and everything, if you're a brunette, people actually see you as more like friendly and cute and like more approachable for friendly conversation, and you probably won't get hit on as much. But if you're a blonde, you're more likely to get drinks bought for you, people flirt with you sexually, and you're more likely to get a ton of compliments.
So basically, like, there's more objectification for a blonde girl?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which blows my mind because I always thought brunettes is way better than blondes. That's always been my
I
preference.
don't really have any particular like pick on either of those because it's just kind of like, hey, if any girl's willing to kind of talk to me and shit, like I'm cool. But like,
oh no, I 100% get that. But if you're asking me like, hey, top like rank them in order, it goes redheads, brunettes, blondes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But speaking of that,
Now,
too,
if you don't want anyone to approach you, apparently you have to be either a brunette or completely have like black hair and have very, very short hair.
But see, like if we're even gonna go that route with stuff, like there's a horror movie that actually did this pretty well too, and this was made by let me see who this was made by. I can't fucking figure it out, but it does star Elle Lorraine, and I guess this is a movie that's set back in 1989, but it's on Hulu. It's a Hulu original called Bad Hair, and I thought this was kind of a cool concept. Like for one, I mean, there's a lot of stereotypical, almost like racism within black people just by themselves, where oh, you got that bad hair, you got that good hair, you can be treated like this, you can be treated like that, all that kind of, wig culture, all that stuff. And plus, in the workforce and everything too, imagine going to work and people judge you on that too and shit, even other black people, like it's fucked up. And I think that like this horror movie was able to be like, hey, we'll talk about the looks of women and how they're treated, and we'll turn that into a horror movie, and we could even make it go supernatural and shit. That's a cool
movie
concept.
End up being terrible. I know a buddy of ours wanted to watch it. It's like the concept's cool, but the movie sucks.
But see, I don't even know. But like, do you think that they did that? Like, I mean, you didn't watch the movie yet, but like, even that trailer and just the concept that I just kind of put out there. Do you think like that's kind of a cool concept that they even try to do a bad hair movie, or do you think that even that was like, okay, come on now, like, why are you making this?
I mean, it actually is a pretty interesting concept because, like, in the black community, hair like means a lot. Like, to us, like, hair is so fucking important. Like, we will base our whole day around our hair. So, like, having a movie about weaves and like natural hair, especially a horror movie, something horror movie wise, is pretty interesting. It just sucks that apparently the movie's terrible.
Yeah. Roxy, really quick though, I know you're over there. But I want to ask you really quick if your mic's working and everything. What do you feel? I don't know how much of the conversation you heard from earlier about that new trailer for Last Night in Solo, but like I was complaining about how women are written in horror movies. Do you have any thoughts on that particular concept and how that's done?
Women in horror movies, absolutely fucking terrible.
Mm-hmm.
If they're not like running around with fucking gigantic ass titties, then they're either dumb as fuck, or the one like super pure, like virgin, never does anything wrong, never talks to any guy, and then somehow the one that never like touched a pee-pee is the one that's like fucking saved, like the best one. We gotta save her. We love her. It's fucked up. It's either you're a whore, you got big ass fucking titties, and all you do is run around everywhere, or you're the prim, perfect virgin. So clearly, there's more to women than that, and it sucks that a lot of people don't want to go any further than that.
And that's not the only time that this is actually an issue as far as women being disrespected a certain way. So I want to bring this up really quick because this goes back to a lot of issues I have, and we're not talking about the movie anymore. Last Night in Solo, we already reacted to it. Boom, done. We're done. Whatever. Boom. It's in the history. But something that's not in history, but yet still kind of is. So right around the time of last year, where lots of people were going back on Twitch and everything. There was a lot of Twitch stuff happening as far as like people getting their, even famous people getting their accounts suspended. If you're wearing a bikini, there was even this wrestler named Rusev, and WWE had a big issue with like, hey, all these wrestlers are using Twitch, you can't be doing that. And then Twitch is like, no, you can keep them, take them off our platform because they can't come over here wearing their wrestling underoos because that's showing too much skin. And it was a big problem, especially girl gamers. Girls were, doing mukbang, eating food, and having them titties jiggle and shit. And like, there'll be people obsessed in the mods and mod room, in the chat room, and everything too. And I was like, hey, bravo to Twitch for saying, we're not gonna have this be a big ass hoe fest to make money off ads and blah blah blah. We're not gonna do that. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's see how that changes later on. Now, before we continue on, too, I'm going to bring up one more thing that happened last year. And actually, today is a one-year anniversary. I believe yesterday was a one-year anniversary of George Floyd dying. And after George Floyd died, Call of Duty and everybody, hey, Black Lives Matter. We're going to make sure to, and it's so crazy, but it's like, we're going to make avatars on our video games and Facebooks and everything of just having a black square because that's how much effort we're going to put into it. We're just going to get a black square and that's it. Fuck doing a design or anything else or even trying to help. Let's just black square it up because black, right? And I knew it. I was like, Call of Duty, if you can do this all year until the next game comes out, I will applaud you. I will applaud you, Call of Duty. But they didn't. They did it 2 months. They're like, Black lives did matter, but you know what else matters? First-person shooters and shooting zombies. So let's stick on that. And I was like, all right, Call of Duty, cool, whatever. I'm not going to judge you all the way, but I knew that was going to happen. So now, 2021, a year removed from George Floyd, and a year removed from all them titties being shown, whether white titties, black titties, no matter what titties. And Twitch, and I fucking knew this was going to happen. I called it last year, and I think everybody called it. I'm not smarter than anybody else. But Twitch is creating a new category for hot tub and beach streamers. And right when I read this, I was like, wow, so you guys had to create an entire category. Who the fuck streams in a beach or hot tub? So now,
A lot of people, actually.
Let's just say Chat gets really desperate. Hey, Jet and Roxy, if you guys can you guys do your own show where you wear very, very low top fucking shirts and show your titties and show your legs and everything?
First of all, sir, that's my job.
We're going to pimp him out. I'll pimp before you pimp, Ganja. No, but the thing is, though, it's like, so essentially anybody like a podcast that we do right here, we can just have them wear bikinis and just put in the category beach or fucking spa category, and they can just do whatever the fuck they want. Then what's the fucking point in taking them off of everything else if it's still going to be on Twitch? You didn't change a fucking thing. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, it's the thing, a situation, and I'm sure you're going to throw this to Jed and Roxy in a minute, but it's a situation where it brings in a lot of money, which means they get a huge cut of it, but at the end of the day, they don't want it to necessarily pollute the rest of the platform, so then putting a new category for it basically focuses it all, much like you have, again, you have, think of it as television. Again, you have your fucking hardcore music, you have your whatever the fuck, you have your news segments, like, you have a separate Twitch area for whatever you need, which means Twitch gets all the money, but doesn't have to deal with a lot of the negative backlash when that shit was everywhere randomly.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to throw this to Jet first really quick. Jet, I'm going to ask you, what are your thoughts on this? And do you think that it's actually fair on what they're doing and giving a platform for big titty girls or whatever the fuck? And am I just being a dude who's like, don't give options to women?
So, here's the thing. And this is kind of weird, mixed bag, because the thing is, people are going to stream this stuff no matter what. But at the same time, it's just kind of like, are you going to like unban those people that you banned for wearing like low tops and getting banned for it? Mm-hmm. Or like people who accidentally have like nip slips and all that, are you going to unban them now? Because you guys just suddenly just went like, okay, now you guys have this area to where you guys can just be in a hot tub and get donations and stuff. Like, are you gonna bring those other people back that had like accidents like that?
Yeah, but you literally had them you took their money away. They had a livelihood. There's girls who probably couldn't go to college because of the fucking pandemic, and they're like, well, I can't strip either because germs. You know, I don't got enough germaphobe shit or whatever on the fucking pole.
Also, there's a major problem like they are not thinking about here. Like, okay, so the age in which you can actually like really actually be on Twitch and stream and stuff like that is 13 and 14, if I recall correctly. So if like a 13 or 14-year-old does these hot tub streams, technically they're not breaking any rules. So are they going to have some like rule against that or whatever?
They'd have to. I obviously don't know the rules out of my head. But my guess is much like with YouTube, as much as they don't have a person watching every goddamn Twitch video because that's not feasible, they'd have to have some sort of algorithm. Either again, ages you can spoof whatever, but they're gonna have some sort of algorithm to check because right now with Twitch, it's like they have quote unquote Twitch mods, but a lot of that shit is just robots that will give an alert to somebody else. So in order, again, because I'm assuming when they think of that fucking category, they're like, hey, we gotta make sure kids aren't, fucking in bathing suits here, because we're gonna get fucking sued by everybody, including the U.S. government.
Yeah, because if they're technically not breaking any rules if they just bring a hot tub into their room and just start doing weird
didn't
stuff in front of the
Amanda
camera.
suddenly do that shit?
Well, funny you actually bring that up, Jet. The entire porn industry, no one talked about this, but the entire porn industry almost got shut down 2 months ago. Because like porn industry can essentially upload wherever the fuck you wanted, but there is so much again, and what would you guess is on a porn site that would be illegal as fuck? It's smut and child porn. And apparently there was so much of it on like Pornhub and all the other stuff that basically like any credit card company that you would buy whatever the fuck you'd buy with was like, hey, clean your shit up or we're out. But then they basically backed out anyway, and that's why Pornhub went through this massive purge where it went from like 20 million videos to like 5 million. Yeah. Where it just said, fuck it. If you're not verified, you're out. Because it's like they can't sit there and go through every single one. So the whole we purged a bunch of people for accidental bullshit on Twitch, they're not going to unban those. Rules are never retroactive. Laws rarely are retroactive. If we pass this law, let's let all the people we fucked over. That dude, it basically says moving forward, that won't happen again unless they change it. Because guess what? Like Jess said earlier, people are going to abuse this no matter what. This is not necessarily a new phenomena, but the phenomena is going to be ongoing. You can't one set rule for this shit.
Yeah, no, exactly. And really quick, dude, I want to read something. Well, I'll read that in a bit because I really want to get Roxy's opinion on this. As far as this entire thing going on, what are your thoughts on it? And then as soon as you give me your thoughts, I actually want to show you some more information too that I'm going to need your thoughts on as well. But when I first brought this up, Roxy, what'd you feel?
No matter what, people are going to seek out those certain types of streams. My concern is the people that were, banned or got in trouble for it before. Are they going to be forgiven? Are they going to have new, are they just going to be put on a warning watch or something like that? Or what's going to come of this? And then Jet brought up a good point. I didn't know what the minimum streaming age was for Twitch. And with that considered, again, do you realize how many people will go through those technicalities just so they can stream that shit? Watch, someone will be like, oh, it's my daughter. Oh, she's doing a cute pool party themed. And they could be doing some fucked up shit.
It don't even matter if your kids are innocent. The viewership isn't.
Yeah. No, even then, it could be a cute idea given the right audience. Like the little kid videos that they have, those are set and made for little kids to watch and enjoy. But most of the time, I'm not going to say exactly who, but there's certain demographics out there that will seek out. No,
damn.
I never said him, but I didn't know he was into that stuff. But anyway,
No, he's not.
Moving on.
I just want to see if he's paying attention.
Is he in the chat?
We'll find out in a few seconds.
Yeah.
That's the worst time to call on somebody. Shit. But anyways, I don't like how people are gonna go through these roundabout ways to get around the rules. Again, some people are gonna come up with some fucked up shit just to get their way around this. And the fact that people are out there gonna do that no matter what still disgusts me. But just to see the amount of oh well, I did all this extra stuff. And there's a pool in the background. Technically, you can't take me off because it falls under pool party. You're fucking sick and disgusting if you're willing to go that far to showcase anybody. And then the predatory thing. How many women have been groomed? Young women, little girls. How many of them have been groomed to be told oh, you act so much older for your age. You're so mature. Or you
ever
look so
hear that in
much
passing
older
conversation? Punch that person.
than what you are. They're gonna use that to their advantage and try to further coerce and coax these young blossoming girls, these young girls, young women, whatever you want to call them, into doing some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
I'm just disgusted thinking about all the shit that's coming up, but in a more adult sense, people are going to watch that shit no matter what. Just what exactly are we going to be putting into place to make sure we don't continue to have these fuck-ups or these fucked up runarounds?
Yeah, no, I'm in the same boat with you, honestly, and I'm glad that, we kind of agree in that sense. I'm going to read a very, very long comment really quick, too, but I do want to kind of see, how you feel about this, and then I'll go right back to Roxy, then to Ganja, then to Jed, then to Alan. But very quickly, this is by Asba Fan. She says, I have more of an issue that it's gone to the point kids have to say on what gets banned or flagged because they're going on sites they have no business going on. Sites like YouTube and Twitch are having to bend down in fear of parents getting mad because of their kids seeing something on a site that was not made for it. Now, really quick, because you make some points there, Super Fan. I don't want to decredit that, but then I'm going to show you one more thing that's written in this article, which, if I'm being a cynical fuck, I probably already assumed this, but just to kind of show it on screen so you guys know that I'm not full of shit. Here's this over here. It says you could pick this article is explaining what this category means anyways for those of you that don't know. Yeah. You could pick the music category and see what's there, just like right now we're on Just Chatting, just so you guys know. It says moving hot tub streams into their own category, offer more ways to control the content that's recommended as well as where the ads appear. So guys, when Twitch made this whole change, it wasn't because of the kids, it wasn't because of the parents, it was because oh no, the advertisers, when we got Sprite on a video where this girl's shaking titties drinking a Coke, that bitch with her Coke, Sprite's probably hey
actually,
bro,
Nick touches on a good point. There's I remember for a while now, people were oh man, Hollywood is censorship, bro. Censorship, look what they did to the movies going to China. I think people don't realize that a lot of these companies just follow the dollar bill, and for a lot of times your freedom of speech beliefs, they're not paying at the time, they don't give a fuck.
See, the thing about that entire statement is, as much as it's for the ads, it's the idea of dual thought. So yes, it's about the ads, but it's not necessarily about how much money they want to make. Is to make sure that they can still make the money. So at the end of the day, money is going to be what it is at the end of the day. But you have to think about it from the perspective of how is a sponsor going to look? Because again, for instance, Coke is a perfect example. Coca-Cola, family friendly. Polar bears in the north and Santa, all that shit.
I mean, but by the way, just before we continue on, because I didn't get a chance to say this, but like I for sure was not even saying like they were like family friendly, because Coke will be like on like a fucking horror movie or something too. Like they don't really care that much. But what I'm saying, is that if a girl was sitting there with like the opposing brand, like if she was drinking a Pepsi and Coke was on there, and there's like maybe like Ingrid Rogan went on live to play Pepsi Man on PS1 or whatever the fuck. Sure. And then Coke is like doing a thing for it. He's like, hey guys, like we don't sponsor that shit. You know what I mean? Like this is against our things. So if Twitch would have just been honest and said, hey guys, we're going to figure out like this monetary plan so we can have like maybe Fleshlight. Maybe they can sponsor those fucking hot tub streams or whatever. Then, I mean, that makes sense. And I totally understand where you're coming from, Alan, because I think all of us on this call know that, and same thing with the chat. But my problem is that they lied and said that, oh no, we're not going to condone that until we are able to when we figure out this ad thing. It's like, Twitch, you're lying, dude. Like
that's the thing. Like I don't necessarily think that they're lying. I think that they're corporating it up. They're saying it in a way that doesn't sound like, hey man, we're trying to make sure we don't get sued, and we're also trying to make sure we get banned. Because again, something that again, everyone is saying in the chat here, people are going to do this anyway. But if you give an avenue for it, if you give a avenue for the fucking whatever the fucks, you can essentially focus it. If you know where it's all going to go, you can essentially have a sophisticated robot. Instead of watching every Twitch video that gets uploaded, you have a sophisticated bot that watches specifically this category. Much like with the music category, there's probably a bot specifically for that to make sure you're not doing copyrighted material. Like, I can't do a stream on Twitch and, hey, fuck it, hey, an hour of DMX, I'll be playing his entire discography while I play Battlefield. That's going to get muted because it's copyrighted situations, and the bot can recognize that. But that's because there's a music category. When there wasn't, people could do whatever the fuck they want, much like YouTube. So it's like they are protecting their money, and I don't want anyone to think otherwise. This is a corporation; they are protecting their money, but they're essentially doing it in they're saying it in a way that sounds less shitty than just say. If they just say, "Hey, we're just protecting our money," people are like, "What the fuck? What the fuck's wrong with you?" People wouldn't realize corporations are only for the money. So what they say is, we're trying to make sure that we can monitor it, which is true. We're also trying to make sure our ads are proper, which is true. Like all of that is true. It's just hiding the fact that they're trying to line their pockets.
Now, before I get to Roxy, because I mean, I think, like, I was like, hey, so Roxy can be the first one, and everyone's like, no, yeah, so fuck her.
I'm sorry.
Because, like, I was like, wait, really waiting for her? But before, and I'm going to have only Roxy respond to this last bit here. And because we've talking about this a bunch, and it's like, okay, I get it, every new blah, blah, blah. But we've gotten so crazy now. There's a person who literally watches us every fucking day, and he doesn't talk in our chat. He watches us every single day. And his name is Hanan, a.k.a. Harry Ballsack. He actually made the chat tag theme song that we're going to be using soon for our outro. He got kicked off Twitch recently. He just made affiliate. I actually rated him a couple times. And there goes Corey. All I was going to ask is, Roxy, what are your thoughts on just him getting mad about the name Harry Ballsack? Because that's why he got suspended. I'll be right back, y'all.
Out of all things to get suspended about, he got suspended over his name.
Is that his real name?
I wouldn't necessarily. Okay, maybe the first part, Harry. I don't know about Ballsack, but that's a very unfortunate last name, and I've seen a lot of unfortunate last names throughout my years on this earth. But if it were something like racist or like derogatory or something like that, I get it. Yeah. But it's just like, oh, Harry Ballsack.
Yeah, and I watch his streams. He uses copyright-free content. He does animation. He doesn't do anything fucking wrong. This dude is doing everything that is okay. Even he has another guy who follows us and followed us on the Discord after hours, Fern. They got together and do a review show, and it's just a GIF, a 5-second GIF. So, I mean, guys, you've seen Double Toasted, and we see what we do. Yeah. We show video footage and trailer footage all the fucking time. This dude doesn't even do that, and gets banned. So it's like, who's to say that the chat tag's fucking dead tomorrow? Because we got attacking our fucking name. Like, what the
let's
fuck
let's not review Mile 22 again.
No shit. No shit.
Bro.
I mean, we did just get censored on Facebook.
That's true.
Every day, man. It's like NBC or whatever.
Facebook does not like us. Yeah, NBC Universal. I'm sorry, NBC Universal. What the
They're
fuck?
on our ass ever since I went to fucking Universal Studios.
In all honesty, what
recorded
it
a bunch of
is,
shit.
like he got banned because the algorithm could detect that was a lewd or fucking vulgar. I guess was a better word. It's a vulgar. It's vulgar. He's doing it for the joke, but it is vulgar, and it's like it's sophisticated enough to tell that, you know.
But that's
Yeah.
what
I mean,
fucking
they still-
sucks because that's deemed as vulgar, but someone can have like KKK something or other, like some white supremacist shit, and no one's gonna bat an eye because
Is
it falls
Steven
under
Crowder
free speech.
still on fucking Twitch?
Who?
Steven Crowder, he's like a wannabe comedian that does a bunch of like right wing shit, and he's
Probably, yeah.
constantly always pushing the line. Like I'm talking about doing like racial stereotype voices, like it's 2004 on the Sia show shit.
Like
Yeah.
a balding fuck who sits on a stage and plays with a yo-yo and tells fucking 9/11 jokes.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's pretty ridiculous too. But like that's the thing. It's just like I'm upset, and like I'm gonna be honest, I'm not that close with Hadan. I really am not. But it's just like if he can't fucking do this and he'll get in trouble, then like what like I don't know. Should I even fucking stop doing Twitch? Which I'm not gonna stop. By the way, I don't think I'm actually asking that like for real. But I'm just saying like, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, let's let the big titty girls go in there. I'm not, and by the way, I'm not mad about the titties. I'm not mad about them having their way of doing it. But like, you can have a girl go make an OnlyFans and show a nipple and jiggle some shit, and she'll make more money than I'm making a whole fucking month. Like they have their things. You think my fat ass can go to a strip bar and not be laughed out when I'm like, I want to ride that pole. Nick, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but if you pull it off, man, you're a legend.
If you pull
You know
it
how much
off,
money you would
make
make?
some fucking bang. I mean, look at Alan. He shook his ass, and look at how much money he fucking made.
That's true.
Yeah, Nick, how much was it?
Some that did not get you apparently. But the thing is, though, is like, what you call? Oh, by the way, guys, if you can, make sure to subscribe. I'm evil. Fucking shit. But the thing is, though, it's like, as far as all this shit goes, I just think that, like, at the end of the day, go ahead and have it. Go ahead and have your fucking thing for the hot tub and beach streamers. That's fine. But don't get rid of motherfuckers that are actually trying. You know what I mean? Like, don't find ways where it's like, oh man, like this whole trying to make partner thing. I even read some shit too where people that are making partner are actually making less than affiliate now because something happens and like they don't push your video out there because you have a check mark. So like you go on a different algorithm to be posted on the main fucking Twitch page. I'm just like, what the fuck? And then recently, even with Corey, man, yesterday or 2 days ago, me and Alan were gonna do a post show to one of their trivia streams. And they just forgot. I guess, and Alan, I probably shouldn't even say this, but Corey did say on stream. Apparently, somebody paid to take Corey's spot. Like someone,
Really?
Yeah, someone who has more money than Corey says, "No, I want to do that. There's esports. I'm gonna play Mortal Kombat X." Well, okay, fuck it. And Corey, who has to do his contract. And all
Damn
this
you,
shit-
Max.
Yeah, no, pretty much right, Maximilian, dude. Because he was
Yeah,
doing that.
I'm
He was-
thinking because that motherfucker plays like Mortal Kombat games, and he's like the biggest Twitch game streamer ever. So
Yeah, so Corey got fucked over 18,000 viewers right there, dude. Like that could have been a lot of. I mean, that's big for him, but it's big for us too, and it's big for whoever gets rated by Corey or blah blah blah. And Corey has to adhere to ads every hour. He has to adhere to all these other rules. But Twitch is like rules, fuck them. It's like, well then fuck you then.
it's like primetime, fucking commercials. Who pays the most? Because again, it's not like fucking you want to be front page. It's like you're front page, you're getting something. Like whatever the price is, you're making double because 30,000 viewers. Like most people can't even imagine. The chat just might as well not exist because it's just going a fucking like every second.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like I want to make it to that point where we are crazy like that, but I also want to make it to a point where it's like with YouTube. I know that because Marissa told me like, yo, do you got some shit kind of banned on YouTube? I don't give a fuck about YouTube anymore. I just know that I'm never gonna make it a certain way with YouTube without showing my face, without doing like super long streams and blah blah blah, and everything has to be edited because I got so much competition. So I mean that's just the way YouTube is. Twitch, I actually can see us doing well on Twitch, but the problem is that's for now until like hopefully things don't fuck up later on.
Twitch is like you can't cuss. You can't even look at the F word.
Yeah, no, there was actually a stream where they told Chris and Corey that they couldn't cuss on a Thursday. It was like, all right, dude, like this is
Why
fucking
were they
ridiculous.
streaming that in church? What the fuck?
I literally do not know. I
Yes.
think they put them on a they made them join like some like Twitch or some stream group, and it's like, well, these people usually have a demographic from 13 to 18, so can you 40, 50-year-olds fucking entertain them without cussing? It's like, yeah, the group name called Double Toasted, which is a fucking terminology for drinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get double toasted on Sunny Delight and orange juice. Fucking
I
idiots.
mean, shit. Back in the 90s, you could have.
Turn down on sour cream, son.
You think there was alcohol in the old orange juices, maybe?
It would explain why it tasted like shit.
Sunny Delight's fucking disgusting. Simply Orange is worse.
Yeah, thank you. Who drank Sunny Delight and enjoyed it?
Well, when I was a kid, I enjoyed it, but I didn't know quality.
Nah, that shit was bad.
I'll drink it now if I'm super thirsty.
Thirsty? You a little thirsty?
The funniest thing I ever heard about Sunny D is someone making a joke. It's like they tried to make orange juice without using oranges.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
George kind of like, well, please don't talk down Sunny D. Sunny D is a drink of the people.
Oh, fuck you! I like you, Jerk, whatever the fuck your name is, because you always like sign up and thank us for the stream.
That's a very easy. That's a very easy thing. You can't read that, man.
Oh, really? Hey, someone called Dahan.
Who?
Yeah, who? Dahan? Yeah.
Old rival of Nick's, who you can never pronounce his name properly.
I just said right now, Dahan.
Yeah, because I said it first.
No, I know how to say it.
We'll try this again in a week.
No.
You mean like the mustard?
No, that's Dijon.
That's Dijon.
Yeah.
Grey Poupon, whatever the fuck his name is.
See?
Completely
While I
different people.
have Roxy in the zone. Hey, Roxy, you ever seen this really beautiful movie called Army of the Dead?
Oh my no! I hate this fucking movie so fucking much.
So I got some news for you,
Movie's
motherfuckers.
some goddamn bullshit.
Well, I'll let them take care of it. I'm out.
No, because me and Alan already talked about. I'm gonna just really quick reiterate that me and Alan thought that there's a lot of things wrong with it, and it's a very not perfect movie, but it's all right, and it's like never.
Oh hell no! I get this a 1.5 out of 5, only because that climax is so bad that it takes an entire point off the movie.
And I forgot what I gave it. I think it was a 2 out of 5 that I gave it. But yeah,
No, you gave it a 3.
This movie?
Yeah. Craig,
You came to the movie, Alan. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What?
He came
You
all
said
over
you
the movie.
climaxed to the movie.
No, I fucking did it. I said the climax takes a point off the movie.
I
Okay.
can't
What
remember
are you
what it is.
hearing?
Here, you jizzing on the screen.
Fucking prevert, dog. Really quick before we continue on, it says glad to see you in great spirits, D. After what happened with the whole. Yeah,
Damn.
I freaked the
Did
fuck
you live
out.
stream Mass Effect?
No, it didn't work. But the way it makes it sound like I lost. I'm like, fucking.
Oh,
like,
man.
I went crazy.
All right, so here's one thing Diaz actually did do. And if he were to do it now, all our channels would just be fucking nuked. And he's just lucky this was the early internet when the copyrights were just beginning. This motherfucker streamed a whole episode of The Walking Dead. Not talking over it,
Let it go.
not
guys.
doing an overlay, just sitting there watching it with me talking in the background occasionally.
Yeah, that was pretty. It was some good stuff. That night was really
Yeah,
fun.
that was a lawless wasteland back then, man.
You know what's funny? You know how fucking dumb I was, dude? Is that when I did that, I was like, God, we got a lot of viewers. This was going to be popular. It's like, no, they're watching The Walking Dead, you fucking dummy.
Look, man, take a victory.
That's true, and I took it for 6 months, right in the ass, because our channel, I couldn't even do anything. I couldn't even join Google Hangouts call. I had to make a new email address to join the call to talk to people. It was bad. But the thing is, though, that's not what's happening over here. The problem is, though, is that, I mean, we're going to get to the review and everything as far as, like, Roxy, Jen, and Ganja go, but, like, before we do that, I just want to showcase, and I'll get my opinions over here. Zack Snyder says his Army of the Dead 2 idea, because apparently it's happening, is going to be insane. So the franchise is going to continue. Jed, what are your thoughts about this returning, and are you hyped for Army of the Dead 2?
Quick answer, no. Long answer, absolutely fucking not. I'm not sitting down and watching this shit over again. Like, I'm no, absolutely not. I tried to turn off my brain, have fun with this, but there's a certain point where stupidity is just a bit too much to where it's not even fun anymore. It's just infuriating.
Yeah. I was waiting to see this bitch. So I was trying my best to see this the other day. I was looking all over the trailer. I could not find her. But here she is. Let me guys show you really quick. That is the handicap that this movie, it kills this movie. She is a fucking annoying character.
I fucking hate that bitch.
Oh
I want her
my
in
God.
a ditch. I cannot fucking... She was the worst part of the fucking movie. I could not stand her ass. I fucking hate that bitch.
Roxy, how about you? What you think about, I guess her name's Kathy or Katie or something? I don't fucking give a fuck.
Bitch.
Whatever the fuck her name is. She needs to get the fuck out of here.
I cannot stand that woman. So I'm not going to go through an entire review or do a whole synopsis thing, but, like, what was the first part, Roxy, that you were just like, look, I hate this fucking movie. Like, I can't stand this.
Well, the very first thing that I noticed, Richard Cheese, a man who goes by Dick Cheese, who makes fucking like smooth big band covers of songs.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed his voice right off the bat, and I said, okay, well, I don't know why the fuck he's bringing this dude in, but let's see where it goes. And then come in the showgirls, titties out, turning into zombies, fighting everything, and just the montages. And I'm like, okay, well, Zombieland did this as well, so maybe that's the vibe we're going for. No. And then I started seeing some other shit like, oh, here's all the fucking minorities. Let's make them look cool as fuck. And make sure, like, we give you the idea and just the feeling that maybe they're going to make it. Like, they have big intros, big, like, fucking announcements. Everything they do is grandiose, and then they fucking die.
Yeah. And that's the problem. So usually when Alan gets
Oh,
mad
is this spoiler discussion, by the way?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, even if it wasn't, fuck this movie. Who gives a fuck? Like,
you know some fucking soft-ass motherfucker's gonna be like, oh, why are you spoiling it? I haven't seen it yet. Well, then fucking, like, cover your ears, put a dick in your mouth, or watch the fucking movie. I don't want to hear this. Let's fucking pissing and moaning shit.
No, the thing is, though, is like, for me, I like Bautista in this, but other than that, it's like every single fucking character in this movie was very much, like, cartoony, which I'm fine with. Once again, I brought up to the fact that me and Alan like Mortal Kombat because, like, yeah, like, I like Mortal Kombat. I like identifiable characters, and I think everybody had, like, a certain thing to them in this movie, which was cool.
Yeah,
But when all these characters die, it really doesn't matter anymore. Like, like, why? There's no journey to be had here. They fucking die.
Well, it's an interesting thing when you have a heist movie because what makes a heist movie great is getting the team together. You're getting everyone with interesting quirks and personalities, and you're wondering how they're all going to clash when the big thing happens. And that's why the first half of this movie I was genuinely enjoying. I was like, it's kind of basic. It's not really like engaging, but I'm just like, yeah, I'm genuinely enjoying it. But like I said, once the climax happens, it's like, hey, all this interesting character development gets literally thrown out the window.
You're telling me you were fine with the intro, with the dude getting fucking head and just being like, oh, I don't know.
Oh, no, I was mad at that shit.
And then he crashes into the fucking car and somehow creates a big fucking explosion. That whole beginning was a fuck you.
Yeah.
Look.
Sorry, go ahead.
I've given head while driving. No one loses their fucking shit like, oh, I can't fucking drive. That's not how that shit happens.
And by the way, you don't think that even with his eyes closed, he would see the fucking lights from the corners of his... I mean, dude, like, when your eyes are closed, they're not all the way closed.
Even if this dude's the dumbest guy on Earth.
Lights.
Yeah, and by the way, does his ears go away too? Like, you can hear the
my favorite moments, hands down, was the military. Get the fuck out of there!
Yeah.
Instead of being the fucking military and containing this shit or worrying about the greater, they don't worry about the greater good. But at least, try at least to give us that, like, hey, let's worry about humanity. This thing that we, like, just let free, we need to put it back into containment and make sure it doesn't expand or affect anyone else to the point where we have to shut down, like, all of Vegas. No one fucking had that idea. Instead, they're just like, oh, fuck it. Every man for himself. Let's fucking run.
Yeah.
You were trained. My bad. You were trained to work in a group. That's one of the big things that everyone loves to glamorize about the military. You are trained to work as a group, as a team. Leave no person behind. Y'all said fuck that and left everybody behind.
I was gonna say, so the military acted like the real military in real life. A bunch of dumbasses that don't know what the fuck they're doing.
The military in that beginning part is so infuriating too, because it's like the whole driving part too. Just like, okay, you're transporting a package that's obviously incredibly fucking important, super fucking important, and you keep your eyes off the road. Like, to basically talk about something that doesn't really matter with your fucking, like, your person sitting in the passenger seat. It's just like, if I was transferring something that fucking important, you better believe my eyes will be on the road the entire fucking time. Are you fucking kidding me? That is the dumbest shit I think I've ever seen in an opening in a long fucking time. that military was
unlike the other
infuriating.
Yeah, I mean, it was infuriating, and then, like, that fucking very Snyder-esque fucking... And that's the problem with this. I'm going to ask Ganja what he thinks about this now, too, because, like, for me, when I got into, like, the intro, I was like, wow, like, there's about 5 layers of Snyder that I'm like, I hate Snyder, especially after Justice League, but now all these Snyderisms, It's Snyder overload, but like, did you get irritated with that? Like, wow, the slow motion, the 3D
Man, the explosions out of fucking nowhere. They shoot a gas container and that shit explodes like it was C4 in there.
Yeah. Well, shit. I mean, for me, I'm thinking like, well, maybe that would work.
No, all it would do is catch on fire. Best bet.
I
If you
wouldn't
want to
actually
really believe
do
it.
that.
But explode like if you set like TNT into it?
Mhm.
No, fuck no.
Yeah. What do you think about the characters? Because we've all pretty much thought about them, but like for you, man, like were you upset as far as like, you know, them being killed because you care about the characters, or just
They
because
kind
they're
of
bad?
call it out in the first half. The dude, like one of the guys that was supposed to go on the mission with them, yells, "Y'all are gonna fucking die. This is dumb," and walks out.
Oh yeah.
So it foreshadows pretty early, like,
Smartest
yeah, these people
man
are
in the
idiots. They're gonna die.
Yeah, man.
Smartest person in the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, dude. Oh god, I just like, and this whole thing too. Like, I want to show this really quick. So they did a good job bringing this kind of character, and I didn't think I was gonna like her. I thought this was just a reference to Wonder Woman, by the way. So I was like, oh, I actually like her and what they do with her. Roxy, why don't you tell people what happens with this particular zombie chick,
The zombie queen lady.
the zombie queen, and why it's emotionally investive that when she dies, certain audience members or certain audience members would actually be pretty upset because of a certain thing with her.
So, no one in this movie has any redeeming qualities. I did not like anybody in this fucking movie. But if you've seen Dawn of the Dead, there's a certain scene that sticks with you. Understandably so. It is shocking. It's something we've never really seen in film before. How about you do it again, but instead do a fucking Lion King montage with a fucking fetus? That shit pissed me off so... We know that she was pregnant, and we could see... I hate it when fucking people say Zack Snyder's smart as shit. He's fucking not.
He really
He's
isn't.
fucking stupid. And
very
y'all are
uncreative.
stupid for believing that shit. But anyways, he puts his ear up to the lady's like belly and he's just like, eh. Starts licking it and shit. Because he knows something's in there. So, there's a certain scene. I'm just going to spoil it for you. She gets her head ripped off. Saw it off with a fucking piano wire. And the dude plans to bring it back because it's worth money. So, the guy's, sad, crying, takes the body up to these fucking legion of zombie people. And just like how I predicted, she was pregnant. He ripped open her belly. She was still very thin. She wasn't, like, super, super noticeable. And they take out a blue fetus that fits in the palm of your hand. And then he fucking goes, the fucking scene from Lion King, and he holds it up in the air and makes people look at it. Nothing about that was shocking. Nothing about... Why is there a chewy blue fetus in this man's fucking hand right now? And you're trying to shock me. It worked the first time because it was a bigger child that had teeth that looked like the fucking seed of Chucky, just scarier. But now you're holding a chewy blue fucking dog toy and you're expecting me to have fucking feelings for it? Fuck you!
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
None of that was shocking.
It really
It was
wasn't.
fucking garbage.
And,
You were calling it from the beginning.
yeah, and here's the thing. So, and I wish I had the clip because I just got it for Corey, but there's a part in Dawn of the Dead 2004 remake where when that girl went, like, when she turns into a zombie, we don't know yet, and then the sheet kind of like falls off her face. I swear to God, the first shot from fucking Sucker Punch is the exact same shot. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but we got bits today, so we have to do Sucker Punch review tomorrow. So,
What?
Gotta watch this Sucker
What?
Punch.
Well,
'cause they
technically,
pay us.
technically, I only do. I only do.
God.
But
You
it's-
seriously say do that shit again.
But that's the thing, is like if I do the show and you got 5 people in here just listen to me talk by myself about Sucker Punch, it might suck. So just watch it if you guys can. But the thing is though, is like so Sucker Punch though, like I was watching a little bit of it and I was getting clips for Corey because that's their review tonight. And yeah, the exact same shot, just like with the zombie girl who's pregnant. And it's like in this movie, that shit happens a lot too. Like zombies, and I'm talking about the dumb zombies now. Like, because they had the smart zombies, and rules will change with them, so I can't really nitpick all that shit. But there's times where like a bunch of zombies will come over here, and then because of slow motion, the zombies just stop and go like, "Ooh, gun" or whatever the fuck. And I was like, dude, like, hold on. Zombies don't do that. And I don't know why, maybe it's because I was a kid, but like when that happened in 2004, when they're going up the staircase and Ving Rhames is about to shoot the zombies down with a combat shotgun, and all the zombies stop for a second, like that goes against what zombies are. They won't notice that they're in danger of a shotgun blast because they're fucking brain dead zombies. That's how that works. Mm-hmm. So like in this movie when it happens, and then they even put this thing on here where it's like, hey, sometimes zombies just stand like statues. They are hibernating. Why would they hibernate? That makes no sense. And then in that one scene, there's like so many layers of anger where it's like, that doesn't make sense. The quietness doesn't make sense. The fact that we have a villain doing villainous shit that's going to put everybody in jeopardy doesn't make sense because he's just trying to be a villain. But then the fucking Mexican girl, and I like to think of her as Snyder Roxy. I'm sorry.
Alan, fuck you for agreeing.
You have the same bandana.
Yeah, you really do.
That's beside the point.
You wore the bandana in the same way.
Yeah.
That's beside the point.
You would have 2 guns.
I would, but that is
You
also
would
beside
also
the
survive
point.
that sequence.
That is also beside the point.
And the
So, no,
boyfriend
it's
was
not.
basically
That's what I
skinny
agree.
ganja,
Hello.
which is
The
not
worst
besides the
hair
point.
I've ever seen in my life. That I'm pretty sure he's fucking trying to be Chris Rock from The Fifth Element.
But the thing
It
is,
wasn't that bad.
Oh,
His hair
dude.
wasn't that bad.
That hair's terrible.
well, like I will say, you know, because I'm gonna be no fashion police here, but it's just like, aside from that, I think that like that character was great, and that's why it got me so mad. Is that right away I was like, okay, like I'm mad that she has this really cool scene because she got no screen time or dialogue before this. She's just like, hey, I'll go with you, boyfriend, blah blah blah, blah, you know, whatever the fuck. So she doesn't really do anything. But she's doing this awesome scene, so I'm like, wow, welcome to Snyderverse, where like he doesn't write characters because he's fucking lazy. But then I'm like, well, you know what? At least I like her. She's cool. She's badass. She went through all this shit, and then she dies, and she dies in a sense of like, the zombies are eating her in slow motion. She has ample time to say, hey, don't trust that white guy who just fucked up the whole mission. Instead, she's just like, oh no, and fucking gets ripped apart and blows up. And I'm like, that was some of the dumbest shit. The worst fucking thing of CGI I've ever seen, because it's just like, or not CGI, but slow-mo. And it's like, you made me care about character and then instantly just took it away from me. Like, very rarely can you make a character interesting with no writing. I don't even know her fucking name. Did she get a name in this movie?
She does get a name, as long as anyone's gonna remember it.
Yeah, and also the thing is, like, it also goes back in the whole thing where like everyone in this movie is fucking dumb as shit.
Dumb as shit.
Because she does something in which could actually have saved a lot of them too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's something that she doesn't do that actually could have saved a lot of them. When she gets betrayed by the one fucking old dude, instead of basically shouting like, hey, watch out for that motherfucker over there, he basically doomed me, she just goes and just keeps fighting the zombies. Just like, he's right there. Yell what, like, warn your friend that dude is trying to fuck you guys over. What are you doing?
And not to be that nerdy really quick, but like another thing, because Kirk says the name is Chambers apparently. Was that a reference to Rebecca Chambers from Resident Evil?
I highly doubt it.
Because she has a bandana too.
Though that would be interesting, but I doubt it. I think it was more of a, especially with the headband, it was probably more a reference to Roxy from the chat attack.
Yep.
I'm kidding. Don't brought up aliens because it's the same exact fucking looking thing.
Alan, I will beat up your fucking short, pale, lily-livered ass.
Damn,
Yeah, the
Lily
cool-
Levered.
Okay, you had the coolest scene in the movie and the best action scene in that entire movie.
Actually, my favorite scene is when Batista's wife got killed. That was pretty great.
Oh, don't you? Oh.
Really?
that
The
shit-
head
that
gets
shit
chopped
pissed
off?
me
You
off,
fucked
too.
up.
If I was in a theater, one of y'all to stop me from walking out.
I would.
Yo,
I'd
when
be
you
like,
saw
go
the
ahead.
head,
No,
get chopped
I'm
a little bit,
legit-
that's
I'm-
all.
Single tear. The audacity to have this woman die in such a fucking terrible way and do the single tear. You may as well just fucking come down her grave at that fucking point with how you fucking gave her a send off.
That shit was so great. I love
Nico,
it.
I'm about to call you out because the thing is, we watched this together, and your ass did something or whatever to where you weren't watching the screen, and I was watching there, just like, oh my god, like these people are annoying
Ooh,
as
yes,
fuck.
yes,
Like,
yes.
I'm
Ganja, you too.
I was
Like-
watching.
No, you weren't.
He-
You were playing Grand Theft fucking Vice City.
Are you playing Vice City?
He was playing Vice City when we were watching it.
Nice.
So Nico actually was turned around during that scene, so I'm just watching that, and I saw it just like, wow, that is so disrespectful. Like, Nico, did you see that shit? Oh, wait, no, what happened? Oh,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Like-
like, rewind back and look at that. No, I don't need to. I don't need to. Like, it's
You probably
fine.
should.
No,
I wanted that movie to end. I just didn't want to watch anymore.
I legitimately haven't seen something that has pissed me off that much in a long time. I will be there for you. I love you. Insta death. And then I'm legitimately like, again, you guys would have been mad at me because it would have been 10 minutes later. Why is anyone talking about what just happened?
I'll
just
be
gonna
honest,
forget that
like,
happened.
that scene actually did make me laugh because it's just like that actually surprised me to where it was so stupid. It actually made me giggle. It's like, wow, they really did that shit, and they literally turned her head into a fucking corkscrew.
And it literally only gets worse from there because then, legitimately, every character death in this movie is terrible. There's not a cool way someone dies. The closest you get to is when the fucking German guy kind of sacrifices himself to close that dude in the vault. I'm like, okay, you give him a slow-mo kind of, glorious send-off, I guess.
Slow-mo shut the door? What the fuck?
I don't know. You actually, gave something
Why didn't you
more.
bring up the zombie lion,
somber...
tiger, whatever, eating the
That
fuck
was-
out of the other guy?
Why don't we also bring up the zombie horse?
That was cool as fuck. I'm sorry. That was cool as fuck. I looked at that shit. That shit looks like death.
You like the fucking zombie horse?
It was cool. The zombie tiger was lame, so at least
The zombie horse was cool, but the tiger was lame.
The tiger, I'm sorry, but it wasn't any different than a regular tiger.
Okay, let's be honest. Does Alan have a choice but to like the zombie horse? Because he'll fuck the shit out of Alan if he doesn't like it.
I'll kill you.
Come on, Alan.
I'm sorry. The literally, you
Trying to
just
make
saw,
a movie
what's
for
the
Alan.
zombie tiger gonna do? Oh, it's just gonna be a tiger. Cool. Nothing else? Nothing cool?
Okay, what are the zombie humans? They're just humans.
Yeah, that's why zombies are lame.
Who
But usually
also
there's
had
100
zombie
of them.
sex because
Zombies
that
are
was the
lame as
result of
fuck.
zombie fetus.
Oh no, crazy opinion from Ali. He hates zombies.
Yeah, that's dumb. You're dumb.
Zombies
You're
are
dumb.
lame as fuck. The cool thing about zombies is 1,000 of zombies. So you can get some cool shit going on or some fear because there's a ton of them. A zombie lion. What's the cool thing with zombie lion? He's just a lion. Oh, is he stronger? I mean, I fucking guess lions are stronger
Okay,
as shit anyway.
okay, let's just pretend that there's a movie about just lions loose, not zombie, just lions. That would still be awesome because lions are scary because they'll fuck you up, dude. Like,
Yeah, but I'm also like you asked me, like, yeah, it was
what?
called Roar. But at the end of it, it's like, did you find that zombie line cool? No, because it was just. What?
You said, babe, listen. And I'm just like, hold on.
Oh, did I say babe?
Yup.
You did.
Alan, you
Nice.
motherfucker, stop.
I don't know what that has to do with me.
I don't know either. I'm fucking embarrassed.
You should be.
Because I thought someone else was going to call it out. So like, I guess I gotta be the one to call it.
Fucking fruits of the loom over here.
I'm so used to arguing with Jet.
You're like, babe, listen.
Gary, you can't laugh that hard either because
was
you
the
called
same,
Alan
motherfucker. You-
and Nick, babe, plenty of fucking time.
Yeah.
Look,
that's what I mean right
guys, you don't have to fight over me.
If you don't sit your little fast ass down right now, Alan,
I am sitting down.
sit down on the floor.
Okay.
No, don't, please don't, because it's gonna take a while for me to get back up. Okay, he's gone.
Bye.
Oh man, but no. So here's the thing, though, guys. Wrapping it all up, I will say that, like, yeah, I still hate this fucking movie, but it's not about me. It's about Ganja, Roxy, and Jet. I'm gonna start with Jet. Jet. What would you rate this movie and anything else that you want to bring up as far as talking shit about this? We've still got another review to do as well as one more topic. So take it away there, Jet Jackson.
So the thing about this is, like, there's so much to talk about with this movie. Like, not even story-wise, it's the fucking characters that actually, in my opinion, like, ruin this movie the most for me. Because the thing is, everyone is so fucking stupid, and there's points I don't mind a couple stupid characters. Like, it's okay, whatever. They're like, there's always gonna be that stupid member in a group, or like three, who knows?
Yeah.
Hello.
But the thing is, everyone in this fucking movie was stupid as shit. Like, two fucking characters come to mind to where I think you guys just ruined it for fucking everybody.
Yeah.
Actually, no, three, but one was evil, so, like, well, there you fucking go, but his whole reason for being there, it's like, he's fucking dumb. It was the fucking daughter and the one mother. That mother is she's a piece of shit. That is one of the worst mothers I've ever seen in my life. Okay, like, you could argue, like, oh, she's trying to do something, she's trying to do something for her kids. Bitch, doing something for your fucking kids would basically still be there for them instead of going off and trying to fight fucking zombies when you don't got no combat experience trying to find some fucking money. And guess what? That because of that shit, fucking Batista's dumb ass, stupid ass, annoying ass daughter ruins actually gets multiple people fucking killed because she wants to be all like fucking save a dumb bitch.
Yeah.
And the thing is, ooh, you really took your time to go out and find this fucking mom, getting multiple people fucking killed looking for you. And in the end, it doesn't even matter because she gets fucking killed off in a fucking plane crash.
Yeah.
Oh!
And then she's actually left a little bit of money too, so she got rewarded for fucking up not only the movie but every single person's fucking story.
Did they get any money in this movie?
Well, no, the
Yeah,
girl,
the
he kept
girl
money in
did.
his vest.
Yeah, Batista was the only one that made it out with some money, and he gives it to her to basically say, like, here's money, so that dumb bitch's kids can actually get out of there. I'm pretty sure they would have made it out of there if they just fucking went. Would it take a while? Yeah, but guess what? At least the mom would be fucking alive. Now guess what? Now she's dead, and those kids are orphaned because that dumbass mom wouldn't make a stupid ass decision thinking she can go fight some fucking smart ass fucking zombies. You dumb bitch.
And this is
also,
literally one day before that, you know, because that whole area is going to get bombed. So it's like, you think you're going to make it into that world of zombies and then make it back home with your kids within less than 24 hours? You dumb fuck.
That mom also gets multiple people killed who aren't even in Batista's group because she brought people along to actually like go and fight with her. And guess what? They don't matter. They get killed off pretty fucking quick too.
And violently, I might add.
Oh, super violent. They got some horrible ass fucking kills. You don't even see the mom die. It's just implied because, like, yeah, everyone on that fucking helicopter, besides Batista's stupid ass daughter, dies. And then the thing is, there's one person I was really fucking hoping that they took the chance and left everyone behind.
Oh, the lesbian character?
Yeah, Tig Notaro.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the one who was actually driving the helicopter. When they came up after like grabbing everyone and she wasn't there, I was just like, thank fucking God, because the thing is, that's the smartest thing you could have done in this movie is leave those dumb motherfuckers behind. And then when she comes back and says like, oh, I got a conscience, I was so mad. I was yelling at the screen the entire time. You stupid bitch. You could have been real smart, but you decided to come back because of a conscience, bitch. That I'm pretty sure. Ooh. I was so mad. Bitch, we were rooting for you. We were rooting for you to get out.
He was like one of my favorite characters in the movie.
And the thing is, your conscience got you and everyone else fucking killed. You should not have came back for them. You would have still been alive. Everyone on that plane was on one person survived, and it's just like, was that worth it? Hell fucking no.
And
No.
on that too, by the way, can we just discuss that right before that? The story is like, hey, so this is too convenient. I mean, we could write a storyline that makes this less convenient, but we don't want to do that. Let's have the news broadcast come and says, oh, by the way, guys, so we're on schedule, so we're gonna pull a Corey Coleman. The bombs actually come on an hour earlier than expected, so we'll see you guys there. Do a pre-show. What the fuck? So they're just gonna like fast forward when the bomb comes, so they have a reason to add some stakes to the movie because they didn't have stakes before. Because
they know if they didn't, there was gonna be just a regular like, oh, they're gonna get chased down by the fucking primitive zombie, or best case scenario, it's just gonna end off like Resident Evil 1 with the ride off into the sunset shit.
Oh God.
Well, it becomes like the thing is, I was hoping that they were gonna go with that trope because as soon as I saw that they gave you got a day, I'm like something's gonna happen, but they had enough logical reasons to just do that. Like the fucking helicopter wasn't working. You could have easily said, yo, man, helicopter's not working. It's going to take us 2 days to get out on foot. There you go. You don't change the timeline for no fucking reason. And they got to find an interesting way to get the fuck out. But the movie's like, fuck it, speed it up.
Yeah, but that's what's funny to me. So like, it's like, dude, like we are in and off like in Resident Evil ways, where it's like every Resident Evil game is like, there's a self-destruct sequence. It's like, how does a fucking house or a train, a city bus, my fucking scooter have a goddamn self-destruct system?
Because that's the Umbrella guarantee. We will infect your city and we will plant bombs at random locations.
Yeah, like Jet, did that piss you off too? Just the fast forward of like, oh, so by the way, the bomb's gonna show up now. Or you know, the whole fucking thing.
I didn't mind that as much as like the fucking characters. And all the zombies piss me off too. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna be honest. There's no reason for fucking smart zombies in this movie because they do smart zombies really didn't fucking matter, like at all. They still just got killed like regular fucking zombies. Like they didn't add nothing. You could just still kept
They just moved around a little bit.
yeah, you still could have just kept regular ass fucking zombies, but like you could even just had them like World War Z zombies, just have them fucking running. The smart zombie shit was stupid. And also, last thing where I give my fucking rating. The dumbest thing in this fucking movie has to do with that fucking safe. When that one character gets killed and gets closed in, like, he pushes that one dude in the safe to save him. First of all, how the fuck does he get out? Like, they haven't said anything about, like, the safe being able to be opened from, like, being inside of there. Like, how the fuck? And also, we don't know, like, how long he was, like, in there or anything like that. We do know that he was bit. So that motherfucker was bit. A bomb goes off. He gets out. I guess radiation doesn't fucking exist because that motherfucker walked for, like, I guess days.
Yeah.
Or anything.
Copying Day of the Dead. Hello.
Yeah. Friday.
Yeah, it's dumb as fuck. And then he decides, okay, I'm gonna go to a place where I can get a private fucking airplane. And then it's just like, what?
And no one's gonna ask him where he got that money. By the way, he just dropped some money on the counter. Oh yeah. So
I mean, if he's still in Vegas or surrounding Nevada area,
they
they
kind
probably
of implied
wouldn't
the
ask.
country kind of fell apart a little bit, and the money's the only thing keeping it together.
No, really quick before we continue on, and I know Jess, you're still gonna give a rating, but I have to put this on Roxy for a second. Roxy messaged me about this on Facebook, and she's like, "So tell me why they're going through this, all this shit, $200 million fucking dollars, gonna get $50 million out of it, and the fucking money is not even usable." Because, yeah, I forgot what it was, but Roxy, like, say what you said to me in a Facebook message, because you were losing your fucking mind. You sent me a voice clip screaming.
Whatever the dude's fucking name was, the asshole millionaire, he was like, oh yeah, that's $200 million in undetectable, untraceable bills.
Sure.
And then Batista's character brings up, like, yes, also unspendable. So what was it? Just fucking, like, Monopoly money? Fucking Chuck E. Cheese tokens?
They were
No,
still
That
Dodge
these people
coins.
were fighting
No,
for?
no.
And even if they do survive and get this out, where the fuck are they going to spend their Disney bucks? How are you going to be able to help those now orphan children whose dumbass fucking mom risked her life for some Monopoly money?
Well, it wasn't that it was. I think what he meant by saying unspendable, and this is just me because the movie that is unclear. What I'm thinking is he meant unspendable is no one can get to it. It's unspendable because getting in there and getting out is nigh impossible. That's what I'm thinking in my head because we said
And
unspendable.
I get that, Alan, but
That's
at
the
one
only
point
thing.
there's a legit dialogue exchange with one of the characters where, like, the United States doesn't exist, man. Wait, what? Who's the president?
No, he meant that. Okay, goddamn, like this movie does a poor job of explaining a lot of things. But what he said was that they basically, after the zombies took over Las Vegas, they essentially denounced it as an exist. It's no longer a city within the United States because nobody can colonize it, nobody could do anything in it. So they essentially say this isn't America anymore because there's no laws, there's no whatever the fuck. This is up for your country.
Okay, I guess that makes more sense now. But what I was thinking was like, oh, like maybe that money, because like how it is in real
I
life.
thought that
in
was like a
Vegas-
story exchange when literally, like, the United States fell apart. So I'm like, why the fuck would y'all care about this cash?
No, I knew that wasn't the case. But what I was thinking that you and Roxy were coming from Ganja was I was gonna say Ranja. That's a great couple name.
Ranja, their
Hello.
couple name. That's
That's
the worst one you could pick. The worst combination.
Yeah.
Or Goxie.
Yeah, Ranja's better.
Is it better or worse?
Well, it has to be one of them.
You're
Fuck off. No, the thing is, so I love that though. But no, it's just like for me, what I thought was like usually in banks at least, maybe not so much like the fucking Vegas casinos, or whatever, because who knows, the ghetto ass place. But I know that in banks they have like lacing on the cash, so like if you take the money out, it just goes and shoots all this fucking stuff out that you can't wipe off the dollar bills. And you can't use it because you have stolen money. So the value, even if you go buy a fucking private plane, like what happens at the end of the movie that Jeff was talking about, you can't, like they won't accept it because once you take it out of its thing, like it will explode. You can't do it. That's how they keep the shit, or else people be stealing this every fucking day of our lives, guys. Like every place would be.
Banks do that. There's two things. Banks do that all the time, but they don't put it in every single bill. They basically every wad, like 1 in 10. So that if someone steals a bunch, they only need one to explode, ruins all the money. Vegas, I don't think does that because you're right. People are stealing this shit every day. And they have the highest security in the world because of that. That's why that safe is like the biggest focal point in the movie because Vegas safes are fucking nuts. You don't break into that shit.
Yeah. But continue on to what you're saying. I just wanted to bring it up because there's no way I was going to remember that shit later on.
But I'm almost done in general. But no, apparently everyone in this movie is also like an asshole too, especially the dude at the end, because he not only when he gets on that plane, Oh, that helicopter. Like, actually, was it a helicopter?
It was a
It was
helicopter.
a
It was a
helicopter,
plane.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so when he goes in the bathroom and discovers he's been fucking bit, that motherfucker knows he's about to get turned into a fucking zombie. The thing is, they already talked about a sequel with this, so that motherfucker just doomed the entire fucking world. Okay, so instead of it just being condensed in one area, he just fucked it up for literally everyone. Instead of just taking himself out like right there. Oh well, I guess I'll just kill everyone.
Unless, okay, the
That's why
only
he
thing
was
I can
laughing. He
think
knew
of,
his movies were getting a sequel.
the only thing I could think of, and only that if as long as they don't treat it, because again, Batista like 2 minutes later becomes a zombie. Maybe he's like immune to it, but then the military captures him because they still want to make more zombies or some shit.
Yeah, maybe that could be the reason why he's moving on. But he's
The
like laughing.
only way that makes that ending make any sense.
But
So,
once again,
like-
because Zack Snyder, things are just not. He doesn't explain things. It's just a music video. It's just
He
stupid
explains the wrong things in the wrong areas where some things get a lot of explanation, but then some things get forgotten.
He doesn't need to write anymore for a while.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, going back to Justice League, like that's 4 hours and I still have questions. This is stupid. This is fucking dumb. Why the fuck do people like this guy?
This movie's like, I'm debating whether to give it a 2 or like a 1.5, because the thing is, it's just like the first part was bad, but it wasn't infuriatingly bad. They were just grabbing it, which it's also too long too. They spent a whole hour just grabbing everyone. It's just like, this did not need to be a whole hour just grabbing every fucking body and shit. Because what we care about is them going in there and fighting the fucking zombies. That's what we came here for. That first hour was infuriating. Except for like maybe the beginning part, like when they have the montage of like fucking Vegas going to shit.
Like that was actually
It was
kinda fun.
okay. Yeah, that was okay. But I'll be fair. I'll give this a 2. It was just like, it didn't infuriate me until, like, super infuriated me until maybe after that first hour. It was dumb as shit, but I didn't start getting truly infuriated until the second half.
Yeah, which I mean, still, you shouldn't be getting infuriated at all, and that's the problem with these fucking movies, that they are infuriating. And this movie was short enough to where that shouldn't have been the case, and yet it was still the case. Ganja, you rating and any last comments, sir?
Honestly, I'm gonna give this like a 2.5. Like I had fun with it. It's really Zack Snyder film. If you like the really like stylized shots and the like explosions out of nowhere, you're gonna enjoy this film. I think the montage at the beginning is some of the best in like zombie montages. But again, this is the guy that made the montage for The Watchmen, which is the best part of that fucking movie. So I'm not surprised that the beginning doing montage is fucking on point because again, like Nick mentioned, he treats a lot of things like a fucking music video. And speaking of music videos, this song had so many 60s music from it.
Yeah.
Like, you think this was a Vietnam zombie movie, man? The way they kept
Like
going back
So
to
it's a Fallout movie, man.
Creedence Revival, and then they end with a fucking obvious zombie from the Cranberries.
Yep. Oh, that was
This
like
shit
that
was
was
dumb.
so in the head. I was like, "You're really playing Cranberries right now?"
Yeah, but I love that song.
Me too.
The
I love
song's
that
great,
song.
but the fact that they played that is like on the nose, like a motherfucker. But besides that point, the action was fun. I like the simple zombie storytelling because let's be honest, zombie movies aren't usually the tour de force that a lot of people like to treat them nowadays. But you know, something from the classics, and I kind of like the idea of advanced zombies trying to develop a society that rivals humans. But when you get me like zombie fetuses, I'm out. I'm starting to notice a trend here.
Yeah. No, that's ridiculous. But yeah, 3 out of 5 for you, or 2.5 out of 5 for you?
2.5 out of 5. So.
So Kirk says something really quick, and I'll have Roxy touch on this as well as giving a rating and any last comments. But Kirk goes, "Shut the no one talks about how it took the team hours to get to the casino from the quarantine camp, but it took 10 minutes for the dart to go from the casino to the place where the zombies stay at." Now, here's the thing, though. That was ridiculous. And when Jet actually brought it up right away when we saw it, she was like, "What the fuck? How the fuck did she get there?" Blah, blah, the whole thing. The only reason why I'm willing to be like whatever is because at that point in the movie, I feel like they just kind of lost, like, oh shit, like, I mean, like, it doesn't even make sense where they even said the bomb's gonna be here in 20 minutes and they're still like shooting the shit and talking. It's like there's like less than 20, or like, there's more than 20 minutes in the movie, and yeah, you have less than 20 minutes before the scene explodes. This makes, like, mathematically, it makes no sense.
I'm still just like on the whole thing, just like I fucking hate that fucking bitch. She's basically defying the laws of fucking physics and shit, fucking teleporting and shit. Just like, ooh, bitch, play with your fucking pussy. Don't play with fucking me.
I love it.
Song in the background, apparently.
But no, the biggest thing too is like on that before I have Roxy talk, but it's just kind of like, you know, this happened with Justice League all the time, and no one had any issues. And this happened with Dawn of the Dead 2004, a movie that I love, and no one had any issues. There's a lot of stupid shit in all of his movies, even especially 300. And it's like, still, like, a sucker punch even. But, like, it matters here all of a sudden. Look, guys, you know what you're watching. They put Zack Snyder's name on all of this shit. Don't ask stupid questions. Like, I'm sorry. It's just like, I can't even hold that against the movie, to be honest. Because it's like, that happens in so much shit. There's no way I'm bringing that up. Even though I just did. But I just want to put that out there. Like, I'm not dodging that. It's not that I missed it. I think we all saw that in this call. But it's just,
it was just unclear where everything was in relation to everything else. So when that happened, I'm like, whatever. At that point, I was done with the movie. So I'm like, okay, cool. What are you going to do here? Oh, you're going to accomplish your goal? No? Okay, cool.
Yeah, but Roxy, your rating, any last comments? And if you want to comment on that particular thing, you can go ahead.
I didn't exactly hate the movie the second it came on. There was a lot of stupid shit, but again, usually with his kind of movies, or just any of these kinds of movies that go, not zombie movies in particular, but just, you know, the ones that are kind of dumb fun.
Mm-hmm.
They tend to have dumb beginnings. You're like, okay, well, that was fucking stupid. Maybe the story will improve a little bit. You know, you can give a movie a little bit of pitfall, a little bit of leeway. Understandable, right? Because you want to see exactly where it goes with the plot, how the plot will advance, the timing, any kind of character development. That's why you give it that first chance, which is what I did. I had a little bit of fun in the beginning. And I'm like, okay, well, hopefully it's not too Zack Snyder-y, and I have some kind of fun with it. No. I got fucking madder and madder as the movie went on, to the point where I'm texting the group chat like, I can't fucking believe this. Did y'all see this shit? Have y'all gotten to this part? What the fuck is going on? Who the fuck thinks this shit is okay? And I'm just like looking back at everything. And I just remember getting like madder and madder and madder as the movie went on.
Yeah.
All the things that were supposed to make us feel something, all the things that were supposed to be like, oh, like the audience bonding with some of the characters or feeling for some of their, you know, similar emotions that they're going through because of the difficult situation that they're put in. This was not the case for me. Honestly, like with that mom, fuck her for going in here and abandoning your children. If you really wanted to be a good mom, you should have just stayed with your fucking kids.
Yeah.
Instead of like going in to nothing that you are familiar with or have any fucking knowledge in regards to. And even at the end of it, even if she did have some kind of cash, she's dead. Those kids are orphans. They lost their mom on top of being homeless, on top of not having their birth parent there, and being stuck in a shitty situation. You made things worse.
Yeah.
And just seeing all the decisions that you would, at least to a certain degree, understand why they had to do that or why they had to put themselves through a difficult situation. None of it matters in the end. Because in the end, everyone fucking dies. And then on top of that, fuck Zack Snyder for making this dude, instead of offing himself on the fucking plane, now he's going to go to Mexico City. And now we're going to see the fucking yellow filters. We're going to see brown people in like heavy ass fucking accents like, oh, yo, fool, check out that zombie. No, ta cabrón, mira pinche fucking zombie como
We're going to get RE5.
So we're literally just going to get more fucking stereotypes. I'm waiting for like some Shia LaBeouf ass character to come in and be like, oh, I'm white, but I was raised in the hood. That's why I keep losing my accent from time to time. But I'm tough as shit.
I can't believe it.
Now we're going to have to see that fucking bullshit. Or some stupid shit where it's like a white mom and her kids like on vacation in Mexico. Ole, grassy ass. Trying to fight her way for survival and using Mexicans as props yet a fucking again. I've already gotten mad earlier before with Kendall Jenner doing this shit to where she literally fucking used filters to make herself look interesting. But of course, she uses the Mexicans as background pieces and as props in her fucking ads. And then the same thing with Zack Snyder and the other fucking guy, David Ayer. Y'all use us as props to further along your story for a white man. How many fucking times?
I don't mind being popular.
Are we gonna have to go through this shit yet again?
I hate that.
Fuck this movie entirely. Fuck David Ayer, David Spade, whoever, Zack Snyder, Alan Schneider, whatever the fuck your names are. Fuck each and every single one of you.
What would you rate this?
I had a little bit of fun in the beginning. So maybe like a 1.5.
Okay.
But fuck the rest of it.
Okay, I was about to say, was I giving you the lowest rating? But you're not at the same rating.
No, I thought you were gonna be like, which rating? And that's all.
Like 2. I would have been really surprised if I gave it the lowest rating, but
She give it like a 5.
that'd be
That's
fucking
No,
hilarious.
I'm not giving this piece of shit a 5.
I really feel bad giving this a 3, but I mean, I still stand firm. I'm to be honest, like, you know, all the bad shit that's wrong with this is like, yeah, if you go in there just being like, this shit's fucking stupid, it's stupid.
And then
I did. I watched a zombie
was,
movie.
like-
I expected zombie movies to be really dumb. But you know what I expected? Not to have one of the worst character deaths I've seen in the last 10 years.
You know what I didn't expect, Alan?
What?
What?
I didn't expect that I was gonna read the news and see that they're gonna be playing Hocus Pocus the sequel over there on Disney Plus. I see that happening. What the fuck?
That's your story.
I'm
Who the
still
fuck
mad.
cares? Who cares about Hocus Pocus?
I care
I
about Hocus
do.
Pocus.
Wow, I found a
I
loophole
do
people.
too.
Okay.
Alan. What are you talking about?
I don't
This,
fucking know.
this is the pro Hocus Pocus family.
I fucking guess so.
Yeah,
We
dude.
stay
No,
up till 4 o'clock to watch that shit in the morning, though.
damn straight. Hocus Pocus was the shit, dude. I mean, I will say back in the black day. I said
Black in the day.
What?
Black Daddy.
I'm gonna go home.
Whoa.
Black Daddy. Now I know what kind of conversations you have with Corey when he calls.
Leave me alone. No, the thing is, as I try to pay my bills by, being Corey's bitch.
Penetrated?
Wait, hold up. Okay, before we continue on, didn't you used to tell me that you're like, hey, tell Dad I said hi? You used to do
Yes.
that shit on the phone. Yeah, you want to be Corey's fucking son, Mr.
See,
Daddy's boy.
Alan.
What?
He's doing that thing again you were talking about him last show, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What thing?
You two.
It's that thing where he brings up something you lost like 5 weeks ago. You got him in the act. He's in the corner. He's about to run. And then you're like, remember this shit from May 2012?
Actually,
Yeah.
2017, motherfucker. And yeah, I do
You
remember.
do the
I got
same
receipts.
exact
That's
thing.
5
Oh
years
my
ago.
God, receipt for every
man.
goddamn thing ever. And only use it
The
to further
same
its own
exact
agenda.
thing.
I'm just saying, maybe don't poke the fucking bear, Mr.
And there we
Chuckle
go.
Brother.
See?
See, you motherfuckers do not need to go in the forest, because y'all gonna get in trouble. You'll be one of those fucking dead motherfuckers.
Hey, I bring a
with the
picnic
goddamn-
basket. I know where I'm at.
Now, I can see you and Alan in a tent together, and then Alan, because he's a selfie hoe, he's gonna put on that camera and be dropping boogers and shit. I don't know what to do.
Dropping
I'm stuck out here with the Blair Witch.
It's a Blair
I'm
Witch
not
reference,
Blair Witching
Alan.
it. If I have my phone and I can stream, I'm gonna use the GPS to get the fuck out of
I
it.
would love it if the witch girl lets you do a selfie
Actually,
and just
that's-
slaps the fuck out of you.
That's a good question. If we were all in the woods or
God
whatever, we
damn
went
it.
camping or something like that, and one of us gets lost, are you? And you guys are hearing like fucking like scary shit happening. Are you guys gonna start looking for the person who's lost?
No,
In
Yeah.
this-
like
in
no,
this
'cause
No.
I guarantee
I
you,
will look for y'all.
just judging the only people and
Yeah.
baby, I'm sorry, Jet. I'm so sorry, love. But the only motherfucker surviving that is me and Roxy. Cause all y'all motherfuckers in this call want to go and venture and shit. Like it's a fucking video game RPG shit. I don't know what the fuck is wrong.
First
with
of
people in
all,
this
I
call.
would never venture in the woods at night. Just the woods in general, because I get lost. Like I get lost like a motherfucker, so I'd never do that. Second of all, yeah, if one of my friends is lost, I'm gonna try to find them.
Yeah, trying to be save a hoe, and it's like, dude, listen. It's
Okay, Nick, I won't say. You know what, Nick?
It's not
there's
saving
a
a hoe,
witch.
it's saving a friend.
Alan, there's a witch out there, and she's Blair or whatever.
But then why are you out there?
Like I was taking a shit, and you motherfuckers left.
Okay, well, I want to go back for you.
You just want to catch me with my fucking trousers down.
That too.
I mean, if it also means to save your life, then I get both.
I don't know why Roxy's face palming, but I feel stupid. Like I feel like it's because of me. I don't know why.
You think doo-doo?
I would go into the woods to save you. Anybody in this call?
Roxy, do you agree though? Do you think that you and me are gonna be the only people surviving because we're the only ones who actually look at shit survival instinct wise, and everybody else in this call is like, oh, we should go to Japan. That would be. We don't know what they fucking. We don't know the language. We don't know shit about how to get anywhere, and it costs extra money. Let's go do that. Fucking Scooby Doo gang. Fucking geniuses.
Stop calling us that when
I
I
l-
write trips.
Fucking idiots in this goddamn.
My question is just, why did you bring up you shitting in the woods?
I don't know, man.
Out of all the things to do, just, oh yeah, we're shitting in
Well,
the
see,
woods.
Alan
That's why
wrote
you
me
guys
into the
left me.
story. Alan
Well,
wrote me
I
into
would
the story.
leave you too if you were shitting in the woods. I don't want to smell that. I'm
My
not in
point
prison. I'm
is-
not forced to smell shit.
No, but
If
Alan,
my friends are lost, because Jeff brought up, if my friends are lost in the woods, I will go and try to help them.
No,
Alan-
my-
How
was
would
like,
you do it?
Like also like you hear like some fucked up like scary noises as well too.
Yeah, like
I would.
I mean, obviously I would be terrified, but then that would give me more motivation to make sure, because I'm assuming whoever I'm looking for is also scared shitless.
So what would be the noise that would be like, you fuck off and you're not helping anybody? For me, it's feral children, because that shit's fucking real.
That's
If I see some little Chucky looking motherfucker, I'm out.
But how
I'm gone.
Try to do the noise, Roxy.
No.
Yeah. Hey, every adult in this room, try to sound like a child.
Yeah.
Nick,
No,
you
just
start.
fucking. I don't know.
You got games on your phone?
Wow,
They probably
terrifying.
have like super long hair just in their face and just like just some scary shit like that. If I hear fucking in the fucking woods, I am gone.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I'm going back in the RV. I'm not touching or dealing with some kind of feral child who's gonna fucking bite me and give me rabies and shit.
I would
I'm
assume I'm
gone.
just going nuts. I think what it'd be if I start hearing my own name in a voice I don't recognize. Yeah. If I start, oh shit, I know. That shit would scare me. Like start hearing that, like, okay, look, I gotta save Nick, or he'll never forgive me. But fuck, I'm gonna hold this over.
I will say to Roxy's point, I will never be in a situation where I'm comfortable with Will Ferrell's children. That would be like any kind of feral child.
No, not Will Ferrell's children. you
terrible.
Feral,
Who's
like
The whole time you
kids
hear
who
something
were,
being called a different word.
I heard
Woo!
like kids who were lost in the woods or were left in the woods by parents or what the fuck ever, so they had to be raised by animals or fend for themselves. They're legit. If you look up feral children,
No,
not Will
Nick
Ferrell's
understands.
children, feral children, you will see the stories of how they were raised, how they can never, like, parts of their brain, depending on how old they were when they got lost, they can no longer, like, speak. They recognize certain parts of speech, but they can't speak it back. So they just growl and shit themselves. I don't want to deal with that.
Oh my god.
Nick understands that. He's just trying to make a joke.
Look, I made Jet laugh. I heard her like little laughs, and I'm like, I fucking won. That's literally like this.
Are you sure?
This whole
Are you
podcast.
sure, Jet?
She was like, I heard that.
you
Shit.
No, I
sure?
wasn't laughing.
I swear, you were
That's
laughing.
probably
She
ganja.
didn't laugh.
Why y'all gotta do that? Like you got damn
The
like
jokes suck, bro.
fucking. Oh, okay.
Bug?
Yo,
Yeah, bug.
Yeah. No, that shit's so
I don't
broad.
give a bruh, but I kinda hit the
dog.
Yo, bro, I swear to God,
Yeah, where's
dog,
your gold
I'm being
necklace
real
at?
shit.
Fucking ice.
I got a silver necklace.
Oh god, damn.
Do you have a chain?
Oh yeah, my mom got it for me, and
My
when I
grandma gave me that
Aw.
chain.
Yeah.
My mama gave me that chain.
yeah, when she came back from Germany like a couple of years ago, she
Oh,
gave it
you
to me.
know
So
that joke.
I keep
Oh,
that
that's
hanging up
not
because
gangster at all.
I don't give a. Okay, I don't give a. I'm not trying to be gangster. Where's your chain, bro? It's hanging up there because it was a gift from my mom.
Does it hurt when you take it off? Because you got a lot of chest hair, so I feel like it
I've
would get
never
like
felt
tangled
comfortable-
up.
Sometimes I've never felt comfortable wearing a chain, so I'd rather
Why are
keep it
you
hanging.
laughing, Nick? It's a genuine question.
No, because the way you said it was like it felt like it sounded like petty. Like if we were at high school still, and you're like with the mean girls and shit, like, does it hurt your chest hair? Yeah, it's the ugly motherfucker. Like the way you did it,
I love how you always have to add that shit.
it's hilarious. The way you
We
did it.
have all seen Alan without a shirt on in a beach in Miami.
I didn't
Dude
look-
is fucking hairy.
I can take off my
No.
shirt right now, and you can't stop me.
You
So
have no
I
shirt underneath.
figured maybe
I
like
have switched
the
my
little
clothes off.
interlocking parts of the chain would get caught up in some chest hair
Yeah.
and he'd rip some shit off if he tried to take it off. It's a genuine question. Here you are fucking laughing at me.
Yeah. That does happen, but it's mostly just, especially when it gets hot or cold, the metal there. It's just an uncomfortable feeling. So I'd rather let it hang. That way I don't lose it if I try to like accidentally leave it somewhere.
It's
And it looks good
Is
just
that
hanging.
is as uncomfortable as this conversation?
No, I've had way worse.
I just let it hang, dog.
Like my dick.
Yeah.
Oh, it should just be hanging, dog.
Can you look at the fucking lack of like he didn't feel that at all. He's like my dick. Oh shit! Hold on, I opened it.
But I know you're booking a flight for me to get the fuck out of here. Like,
No,
what the
sorry.
fuck was that?
You know, I accidentally hit the new tab button. I apologize. The thing is, though, is this all has to do with Hocus Pocus, though, because
Still?
yeah, because look, there's Alan, and you know she has a thing hanging or whatever. Fuck, I don't even know. Look,
I used to have that exact haircut when I was a kid too.
that which one?
The one the dude on screen with the fucking bowl cut.
Oh, you
Oh.
poor bastard.
Bro, it was the 90s. It was the style at the time.
Oh, this is fucking Alan. Look at him.
Yeah, I used to have that exact same haircut.
Why? Look, you just hear him right there. Why? Wait, well, two comes after
Bro,
one? What the
I
fuck?
would never wear a brown jacket with blue pants and a blue shirt. Like, worst color combination you could
I
possibly think
swear
of.
to God, I think
You wear something gray or black to complement it, not something blue like you just threw on the first thing that came out of the wash.
Don't you have the same jacket though?
Hell no, I don't know if I own a fucking red leather jacket and a black fucking hoodie. I don't know what the fuck the jacket's called.
Hold on,
I'm pretty sure I know if I own a brown jacket.
Alan.
I could see you with like rocking the dad brown jacket.
This is you with that brown jacket right here with your friends.
That's a fucking red. That's related. That's Reagan. Oh god. That's man. I think that is so much. Now we get to the Drake and Jim Carrey. That's a red leather jacket, by the way. I didn't even notice the Drake and Jim Carrey. Why do you have that?
That's fucking amazing.
Man, you're lucky I don't just show the pictures I have of you.
I know. I'm fucking lightheaded. I think I'm about to pass out.
She's about to go out like Wendy Williams.
Alan, that's not even the worst picture, okay?
This
This one
is.
clearly is.
That's legitimately one. Oh my god.
Oh,
That is just awkward. I don't even know what's going on.
this is cyberbullying. That's what's going on right now.
No, it's
Yeah.
not terrible. I promise. No, but anyways.
Twitch, get him.
No.
Okay.
How old were you when
Mad
that
at you.
photo was taken out?
You're lucky that I have too much guilt to try to fucking post photos of you right now.
No, these are not photos of you though. Oh no, they are. They are.
Oh, wow, Nick, they're not, but they are.
Wait, no, hold on. I'm a little confused. But I'm just
Clearly.
saying, those pictures are not as bad when you consider what was going on after you guys were hanging out with Drake and Jim Carrey. This is you with Drake afterwards?
I don't even recognize that one. That's a new one to me.
Oh, you getting cuddles.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm being assaulted. I need an adult.
Yeah, guys, no, we were messing around with Photoshop. This is not Gary's stuff. Don't give him credit for that. I tried very, very hard to do that, and I did a terrible job, but it's okay. The thing is, though, is, you know, looking at Hocus Pocus and seeing that Alan is completely lying, because he does have that jacket, I just showed it. You know, yeah, like, this, I like the first movie. I think that's one of those nostalgic things that everyone talks about, like, that's the fucking best thing ever, because they grew up with it. I don't think that we're gonna, I mean, because people are excited that the main, the actresses that played these characters are gonna come back, too. But, like, yeah, I don't, like, they're not gonna have as much energy. We're just gonna watch a bunch of, you know, old ladies around a cauldron, just like, let's go steal the little children. Like, that's not fucking entertaining. What the fuck?
It could be just a fucking kids movie. Like, hey, we need some Disney Channel bullshit that we don't spend too much money on. That's gonna get the kids to kind of throw on in the background. Hocus Pocus is fucking corny enough to pull that off.
Yeah, but apparently it's gonna go on Disney Plus. Now, the question that I have for you guys, I want to bring up really quick, is that do you think that this is gonna be that $20 premium thing or whatever?
Oh hell no! No, this is gonna be
No.
part of the fucking
Nah.
weekly bullshit.
No, I can't see them justifying that just for Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, neither do I. Honestly, that would be fucking ridiculous. But at the same time, like if it does happen, officially, they just there's no numeric value on anything to put on that particular service. I actually tried to get Disney Plus recently, and the amount of shit that I don't want to watch on there is fucking insane. Like they really, really suck at what they got. So. To be honest, guys, you know Peacock's actually doing these now too, where they have like there's a movie coming out soon that's going to be debuting in a theater in the same time as on Peacock, and it's like, yeah, Peacock is great. It has a bunch of shit for a bunch of people. Discovery Plus is great. The Single Life Tell All Part 2 is coming out soon on that shit. Hopefully you're down to watch it, Roxy. Yo, gang, gang. But
Are
yeah.
you me now?
Huh?
Instead of me saying gang gang, fucking Ganja responds for me.
Yeah, that's fucked up, Ganja. How dare you?
He didn't know the difference. He thought it was you, babe. He's sleep.
I sleep. Wow.
Sleeping.
That's
Just got
good.
stay woke, dude.
I sleep, Holmes. But now it's time for the big mecca. Now I know Gene's not here, but they can go back and watch this in the VOD. But it's time to get into that review, and this is Limitless.
Oh,
Limitless.
we're still going on this. Oh, I was hoping you
Oh,
forgot
damn.
about
This
it.
is going to be the most angry review fucking ever.
Oh no, it's
believe
not.
so.
If you somehow put a gun to my head and make me watch Teen Titans Go,
Oh man, well you gotta let that shit go. You gotta let that shit Teen Titans.
you guys
go.
gotta let that go. Nick's still trying to get me to watch it.
Yeah, you should, because you'll like it. I want you to,
You should go
as a
fuck
friend, I
yourself,
want you to
too.
watch a good movie, you know. But I will say we're doing a thing now for some of these movie reviews on the show, and granted, this review was going to be done later on down the road, anyways, because it came out back in 2011, and we do like incremental anniversary reviews. But for this, we did a bit bounty, and it's because people just want to see Alan's reaction to it. But I've never seen this. I don't think anybody else in this call has seen it before yesterday or whatever. But I will say that I like the idea of Limitless to the point where I, like some other times I do this, argue with Alan before I even see the movie, because like the idea just seemed kind of cool. But he's let it be known before that he doesn't like this movie, and we'll get into that in a minute. But for the most part, people that actually do give a shit about, what the anchor parts are that led to the creation of Limitless. Let me take it back to where it all started, because I did some research on a couple things. For one, there's this book apparently that was titled The Dark Field. And
I'm glad you brought that up because I was actually looking it up earlier today because I was going to bring that up in an angry rant. But let's talk about it calm.
Talk about calm?
Talk about it very calmly.
Oh, it's calm. Okay. It's like, let's talk about coming. It's like, okay, all right. If you want to, shit. What the fuck? That's a dark field for your ass.
Two stupid motherfuckers. Two stupid motherfuckers.
No, Roxy, you heard that shit.
I was like, what?
By the way, you know what the worst part about being these guys' friends is? I can't say normal things that everyone can have a normal conversation about without these two Chuckle brothers laughing up. My favorite donut ever is a Boston cream pie. And that's why I don't say it. Don't you laugh, Roxy? I expected better from you.
Just laughing so much.
It's a Boston cream pie.
It's a delicious donut.
No, you know what's even more fucking like nastier than that? Do you know what the place that I went to called it?
What?
A honeymooner.
Oh, fuck.
That doesn't even make sense.
If it's a Boston, Alan, you fuck on a honeymoon. You fill her up with cum.
Okay.
That's why they call it a honeymooner. Because it's fucking spits cum into your mouth when you fucking eat it.
I didn't even know you had sex on Wednesday.
I'm just waiting for the donut with basically brown cream filling called truffle butter.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Dinkleberry.
By the way, I like how she mirrors herself like, yep, I'll drop that mic. Fuck yeah. Like, what the fuck, Jen?
Because I'm actually trying to find a point where I can run downstairs and get a pop because I'm so thirsty.
You're so thirsty. Okay, we'll do that. I'll make sure to unmute yourself when you're back so I know you're back, and then you can be involved in this review and everything. Because for now, I'm going to talk about the boring shit.
I'm already gone.
All right, the boring shit here, though. Yeah, this is The Dark Field, and apparently it was done by Alan Glenn. Very interesting way to spell Glenn. I don't know why the fuck they have it like that. But this came out back in 2001. It says something different here, but I did my research. It was 2001. March 2001, actually. And in 2011, when the movie came out, The Dark Fields actually was renamed to be Limitless. So if you find this book like at stores and shit, it's actually called Limitless. The Dark Fields is not even, you can't even find that nowadays. But the thing is, though, when I look at the other works of Alan Glenn, I'm not going to show this because it'll take too long, but I saw shit like Receptor, Paradigm, Winterland, Graveland, Bloodland, and all this other shit that's, world building and thought provoking and shit like that. And it's like, okay, well, maybe these books, and there's another argument I was having with Alan where it's like, Limitless is not trying to be smart. But then I look at all the shit that this guy does, Alan Glenn, and I'm like, okay, he was trying to be smart because all these things are very thought provoking, world building kind of situations. But here's the thing. When we talk about this, though, because I'm talking about Alan Glenn, I'm talking about the book Dark Fields. We're not talking about Limitless yet. The thing is, and we're going to talk about obviously whether or not this movie's good or whatever, because it is a review at the end of the day. But I want to talk about and also try to decipher whether or not this movie, not the book, but the movie was actually trying to be smart. And Alan, after you seeing it the second time, was this movie trying to be smart in your opinion?
100%, 150%. Because when a smart versus a dumb movie is, and a lot of people can misconstrue what that actually means. And when people come to me and say, and basically point out, it's like, no, the movie's extremely smart. I go, why do you think it's smart? They go, well, they talk about the science. Well, what do you mean? It's like, well, they said, for instance, in this movie, 20% of your brain, and it unlocks it. And the movie points out that he noticed this book and connected the dots. That to me is the definition between a smart and a dumb movie. Seeing when the movie goes itself to connect dots, it's because it's trying to showcase how the character got from point A to point B in a Sherlock Holmes way. Like, if you ever watch Sherlock Holmes thing, he goes, I deduced it because you went to the store and the store's here and yada yada, you did the crime. Like, that's trying to showcase he is smart. The movie does that itself. But the result of it can confuse people. So when you see how stupid it is that he got there, you're like, this movie's stupid. It's like, no, the movie is trying to be smart, but the problem is it fails at it. It'd be the equivalent of I'm not a smart person. I've never claimed to be a smart person. To me, I am average at best. I'm enthusiastic average, where it's like I can sound smarter than I am, but I've never claimed to be a smart person. I always say I'm average because I understand that I can say some dumb shit sometimes that could question out my overall intelligence. I have 2 fucking degrees, and I never say, I have a degree in all the time. I say, no. I am a stupid motherfucker, but every now and then I get some brilliance. But this movie tries to sit there. If I came in here and stopped using my normal vocabulary or vernacular, if I start using the word vernacular instead of vocabulary, I'd be like, what the fuck's this guy doing? Trying to sound smart is a good way to sound really fucking stupid. So when this movie does a lot of this stupid shit, it's like, okay, people are like, Nick was like, no, this is really dumb. It's like, yeah, Nick. But the way it got there, it's like, it's like a gymnastic routine. It's like, oh, do all these splits, but it fell on its face. It was still a gymnastic routine, which is a smart thing, but the landing was so fucking bad, it makes the whole thing look stupid.
Yeah, and like for me, yeah, because I'm gonna show you actually, because there's something you said right now that I'm gonna use for what I'm about to say. So right here, he's doing all this crazy shit, and he walks over here, and this is in the trailer, by the way, and then boom, it's like right there, that shot, and there's a guy in our community that we.
Oh God, the white.
Yeah, no, but oh, Stone Cold, oh yeah, smart as fuck, Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, Rock. Thank you very much for sharing that, though, Gary. Gary, you can really appreciate it. Did I fucking throw anybody off by just screaming in this chat right now? By the way, I'm just wondering.
Hell no, not for me.
I expected it.
But there's somebody in our community, and I think he knows the jokes. I don't mind naming him, and I don't think I'm going to start no shit. But there's a guy named Julian Himmendinger, and he does his stream, and like he always refers to himself as a stupid person, and you know he's also one of these guys that thinks he's artistic and all this other cinephile horse shit, whatever the fuck. And he has this picture in his background. And when I had an art class back in school, my very fucking like half mentally handicapped fucking art teacher had that same picture too. And I think that lots of people will use that fucking picture that art picture whatever and be like, yo, see, I have a taste of grandeur. I'm fucking like this other layer of person. And when this movie does it, and this guy just looks at it, our main character Bradley Cooper, it's like, no, this movie is being stupid, and it's doing that thing that Alan said earlier, where it's like, hey, you can either, be smart and not use smart words and just whatever, or you can look stupid by trying to be smart. Like you can misuse words, you can misuse just using a very awesome art picture. I don't know what fucking word to say, but it's like intellectually like, oh my god.
No, it's a situation where it's like, how are we going to instigate this main character is extremely intelligent? Well, have him admire art, because admiring art is a sign of intelligence, apparently. But it's like that, and the movie does that a lot, where it just has him in situations that smart people would be in.
Yeah, and to continue on my point, whatever, and this is stuff that I wanted to say before we even got to this point, but take off the art piece, whatever that situation was. I think this movie and the book had a very defined difference, like instantly. And I'm going to ask the same questions to everybody else on the call when they're here and everything. But like when I read the synopsis of the book, it stands its ground and what it's doing, and plants its feet on the concept of like this pill is going to be unlocking all the things that you do passively. That's the big point here, passively. So, it doesn't use 100% of your brain. It doesn't make you know everything. It's bringing out the most of your passive knowledge and capabilities. And because of that, it also makes you attractive, as people that are sure of themselves and have confidence and aren't talking out of their ass are attractive people. That's an attractive trait. Sure. So for me, what the pill does in this movie is it has you, by the way, like in the book, the pill has you technically relying on it, which is fine. It's it's a drug, essentially. And like the thing is though, it's like when you take too much of it, the whole like negative aspect of taking the pill is that you get splitting headaches and essentially become so reliant on it that you can't think because you're so stressed out and your heart rate goes up. That's what it's like in the book. In the movie though, it's just crack. Like, and that's where I was like, this movie's so fucking dumb. In the book, it earns it, and all these things that's going on with the pill, it makes sense all subtly and in your head. It doesn't have to be on screen. And here, it's like he takes pill, he got big dick, he fuck girl. Oh, he can read everything because he saw a corner of a book and now he knows the entire book without reading it. Oh, something he's been working on, an entire creative storybook that he's been working on for 5 years of his life that ruined his relationship and everything. Man, he wrote it in 4 days. Like, it's the most simple, surface level, 13-year-old fucking book or movie that I'm just like, these two things are not the same. The book was trying to be smart, and it was smart, and it was good. Yes. The movie knows it's fucking stupid, knows it only has an hour and a half of your time, and it's like, let's just have fun. Have you ever wanted to do a superhero movie that's in a pill, and you just take it in your head, or take it in your mouth, and then your head becomes Superman head? Yeah.
See, Nick, I understand that, and I'm actually really impressed you brought up the book, because I think that, for me, I'm very careful when it comes to wording. For me, wording is extremely important. When the books, for instance, you said in the book that it says it's passively unlocks parts of your brain you don't use. That is a very different statement than the movie said, you only use 20% of your brain. And for people that are wondering why I'm such a stickler for that, it's because, and I'm trying with the fucking screen right now, that shit doesn't exist. The entire concept of you use 10 to 30% of your brain is some stupid bullshit somebody made up in the fucking 1900s that just stuck in the common fucking vocabulary of people that for some fucking reason 75% of the Americans believe that we only use 10% of our brain, but can't understand what the fuck that actually means. You want to know what that actually means? Because what it is some fucking guy goes, well, you don't use a lot of your mental stuff. Memories, where do they go? How come I can't access them? Well, I can move my hands, right? Well, that's only a small percentage of my brain. That is the stupidest justification for that myth. That's a myth, by the way. Your brain is constantly going on. You are using 100% of your brain at all times. You just don't access it at different times because you don't need it. Because guess what? If you unlock 100% of your brain, instant death. Because guess what? Hey, your heart, you should probably pay attention to that and make sure it's beating. Your digestive system, hey, that hot dog you had 3 days ago, it's still there. You should probably shift around, your internal organs a little bit to make sure you digest that properly. Shit you don't need to do. Oh, by the way, you haven't your kidneys haven't ran in 3 hours because you're not sending the electrons down there. That's the bullshit your brain does. But passive stuff like that, yes, there are passive parts of your brain. For instance, your short-term memory, which gets recorded to your long-term memory. So wording is extremely important. So, and I've been thinking about this all day because the fundamental difference between me and Nick's opinion on here is Nick thinks that this movie is trying to be dumb. I'm thinking this movie is trying to be smart and failing at it because it goes through. The 20% gets brought up. It's trying to showcase, because he unlocked so much of his brain and his subconscious, it's giving you the step-by-step like it would if this was a Sherlock Holmes movie.
Yeah, and I can't disagree with any of that. But Ganj, I gotta ask you, dude, what'd you feel about this? Because like me and Alan are gonna look at this in our own ways. I mean, I love my opinion. Obviously, I'm very, very biased, and so is Alan.
Mm-hmm. But
like, I feel like Ganj, you're in the middle here, where you're like, look, I came into a call. You guys are watching it, good or bad. I mean, at what point did you decide whether you were liking this or disliking it?
Honestly, the biggest point for me is the movie seems like it's just high on its own supply, which is kind of funny because it's about drugs. Mm-hmm. But essentially what it does is just a constant barrage of dialogue and narration as the movie shows you different like set pieces and scenarios that a quote-unquote highly intelligent person or a person of his category would do if they were highly intelligent and can predict the future at that level and scale. One of the things that I found very interesting, kind of helped the movie be a little bit justified, is one of the dialogues he has with the friend is he mentions how, if this drug doesn't really make people smarter, it just enhances your natural intelligence. So you give it to a dumbass ain't going to actually be more intelligent. He'll just be a more smarter dumbass. So, just basically saying, hey, just general intelligence matter. And essentially that was cool because, it got to show us that, hey, not everyone's going to take it to this level because, they show one dude that takes the pill and he just becomes a better gangster. That's about it. He doesn't do anything else that changes his life similar to Bradley Cooper because he doesn't have the same similar mental capacity or scale with his thoughts. He just goes further into what he understands because it was Bradley Cooper doing the stocks and the books and shit. But besides all those cool points, the rest of the movie is just a frat boy movie, like trying to like do the Wolf of Wall Street shit for the first half, and then half is like a little bit of like mind bending like scenarios and shit they don't even touch on, except for like, I make a better pill. And then, like, you got, like, a weird standoff between two CEOs at the end of the movie. It's weird. I don't know where the film really wanted to end up at. It felt like it wanted to really delve into the mystery of the pills. It wanted to delve into, like, the whole, like, consequences of taking them. But at the end, it still wanted to give it a rewarding ending, as well as, like, I think it really just wanted a sequel, too, with the whole setting up the election campaign shit that it had at the end. But other than that, like, I couldn't really give this movie a high recommendation because it's really just about a drug fantasy, but not the best kind because the only thing you can really enjoy is Bradley Cooper being an asshole, and if you don't really enjoy that, the movie's really sucky as hell.
Yeah. I feel like you gave your whole review, by the way.
I did.
Okay, yeah, no, well, since people paid for this, like, we're probably gonna do a longer discussion. But I mean, I guess if you want me to, do you want to give your review?
I can talk about other great details. I just want to give my review first.
Okay, cool, sweet. No, because
the rating, and he leaves.
I know, because I was wondering. I was like, because Roxy's asleep, Jed's getting soda. He's like, look, I'm gonna say.
You told me to unmute when I'm back, but I've been on mute this entire time. Just couldn't add anything because just like this movie's too smart for me. I didn't understand it.
I was on TikTok. I wasn't even asleep.
Okay, I can't tell. God damn.
By the way, I also want to point out for this review, I didn't start like the fucking movie screaming at everyone to be like, hate this movie. I was basically hanging it back because I wasn't sure because I'm like, look, I fucking hate this movie with a fucking passion. But nothing is more annoying than someone. It's on both ends. Nothing more annoying going, this movie's great. Why aren't you guys paying attention? Or this movie fucking sucks. Why are you guys enjoying it? It's like I stuck back, and it only took 5 minutes for everyone else started being like, yo, this is some dumb shit.
Yeah, but really quick, Jay, I'm going to ask you, did you agree, or who do you agree with in a sense of, like, was this movie trying to be stupid, or was this movie trying to be smart? Like, I mean, what comes to mind when you think of even that question in general?
For me, like, what I thought of the movie is in general, it's just like, it's a movie that wants to be smart, but it comes off stupid.
All right, how about you, Rox? Do you disagree with Jet there, or?
Yes.
Thank you.
It tried to be smart. It tried to be smart, but it failed in so many ways. And it was basically like, that one guy who tries really, really hard to convince everyone that he's like super duper smart, knows everything about everything, but really you just sit back and listen to what he really says, and you know he's full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got from this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I felt the same way
like,
in some ways, but yeah, go ahead.
There's a part in this movie where he goes to like a club or something like that, and then this motherfucker starts talking about Shakespeare. It's just like, this dude really thought like, yeah, I'm about to go in the club and bring up my fucking what I had to read in fucking high school and shit, and bring in the smart bitches. Like, who wrote this?
And that's the biggest thing, because like, and I should have did the research on that, and I probably will in a bit. I'm gonna look up the IMDb and everything, and Alan, if you want to at some point, you can. It's up to you.
Right.
But like, looking at this, whoever did write this, I feel like this is around the time where just women. Look, man, I'm not trying to be shitty, y'all, but like movies, especially what they tell people, man, women ain't shit in movies. It seems like, I mean, it really needed what happened in 2015 and moving on afterwards. It needed shit like Wonder Woman. It needed shit like. It needs Charlie's Angels. Like, it needs all these things to let people know, like, no, you can write women in a movie, and they're not.
They don't need the fucking Charlie's Angels that they gave us.
No, I mean, I mean the old one, the
The screenplay was written by a woman.
That's so sad, because I gotta tell you, dude, like, this makes women look fucking dumb as fuck. Like, I mean, literally, I was like, every fucking girl in here is like, you're smart, I guess I'll cheat on my husband who's a landlord. Like, by the way, the beginning of the movie, when he fucks out one chick, the thing is like, once he fucks him, it's like, how's the dynamic gonna work? Because, like, you got out of her yelling at you about not paying rent, but, like, rent's rent, dude. So, like, her fucking water and, like, electricity is not gonna work, despite how good your dick is. Like, you need to pay rent. And, like, she's married to your landlord, so he's gonna wonder, hey, did you get that money? Why does it smell like dick in here? Like, he's gonna have some fucking questions. Like, so,
It
like...
smell like pee-pee.
So like, all these
it's
things
strange because she has a large writing credential, and after she read the fucking book by Glenn, whatever the fuck, ended up writing this movie. And I'm like, this is just weird. Maybe none of us read the fucking book, so maybe the book is like accurate to this movie or whatever.
See, I read some of the books. I found like images and shit, and so I mean, I didn't even read it. Like, it literally was just today. I had like 20 minutes to spare, guys. So like, I just kind of saw some notes, and like. It's really way betterly written.
No, I will say that bitch needs to hang around other girls and stop hanging out with just the boys, because her fucking, like, I guess her fucking writing style is just like, I don't really hang out with girls. Like, they're just too dramatic or something. Because that's how this fucking movie just comes off if a girl did write it. Just like, bitch, you need some more female friends.
Yeah, like, it's just kind of like, I mean... We watched the movie, and we've seen so many in the movie, so I'm not going to say that, like, anyone really sat there and, hey, that's not good, that the girls whatever, because, I mean, we just fucking watched, what was that, the stripper movie that we watched, like, fucking 3 weeks ago?
Oh, yeah, I can't remember what the fuck it was called. Dirty Dancing, was it? Or
No.
Striptease?
Striptease, yeah, that's what it was. Showgirls.
Striptease, showgirls,
Showgirls,
whatever.
Yeah, we're watching that, and it's like, so we watch movies like that, and then, obviously we're not going to look at something like this and be like, oh my god, gasp, it's crazy, these girls are not written right. But it's like, Jet and Rock's gonna bring him something. Every time he bangs one of these chicks, it's a fucking, like, girl of color. And then, like, on top of it, like, we don't even get to hear the dialogue of what won this girl's pussy other than, well, he's so smart and is talking Shakespeare. Bitches love Shakespeare. Like,
apparently.
Really? I've never, like...
Shit, next time I'm in a club, I'm gonna be like, to be or not to be. So the actual fundamental, like, just start going...
Yeah, and it just works. And I'm like, is no one going to bring up that Bradley Cooper is good looking as fuck? Or is anyone going to bring up that maybe they're drunk? Or is anything... Like, why does the guy with the fucking super duper pill go into, like, the easiest to get chicks place? And then, like, it just works over the dumbest things. It's like, dude, you don't need a pill to quote fucking books. Go to Google. Like, what? This is ridiculous. So, like, Jet, I was going to ask you, is like, were you offended by it? Or did you feel like... I mean, I don't know, like, did it stand out to you, the fact that women were just so fucking mindless in this movie?
Honestly, I'm just so used to it at this point. Like, I've seen a lot of badly written women. Like, it's... At this point, I just expect it.
Does this make other movies that you've seen way later on better? Like Marriage Story or things like that, where women are actually depicted smart and a bunch of other ways?
Like, here's the thing, like, women don't always have to be, like, basically, but real badass or real smart and everything. Like, I just want a character that actually just seems, like an actual character. Like a person. You can make someone stupid. Yeah, like you can make someone stupid. You can make someone like a damsel in distress. You can make someone like basically just not really desirable, kind of ugly. Like, that's more of what I look for instead of just this whole like either basically like, oh, they're just all in it for like sex, or like, how to explain it?
Yeah, or just one dimensional. Like
one dimensional is a perfect
Yeah,
example.
one dimensional is basically what I was going for.
Because that's the thing. Like, Rox, I'm gonna get your opinion on it too. Where it's like, I mean, you watch horror movies like me, so we're used to dumb bitches in movies. Like we see that all the time. But did you feel like it was a little bit worse here because this was a movie where it's not just kill, body count, blah blah. Like there was some story going on here, and yet it was just, well, even if we got story, fuck the girls in here. Like, were you offended or annoyed by that at all?
Not that it's forgivable in horror movies, but at least they don't pull any they don't try to pull punches with you and try to be like, oh, these women are a huge part of the story. These women are like phenomenal. I am woman. You guys are gonna love women. Women. Girl power, girl boss. In most horror movies, they're just there for eye candy.
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that they're honest and upfront with that. There's a gratuitous shot of a woman's tits as she's coming out the shower and taking like 5 minutes to put on her fucking bra. We know that's just not realistic. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I'll admit it fucking sucks that they depict women that way, but at least they're upfront with it. It does not make it any better, so don't write it off that way, you dumb fucks. Before someone starts fucking pulling that shit in the comments or whatever. But here, what irritates me the most is that they're not even like plot points. Nothing. They're just there to be fucked and tossed out. They have no lines. They have no dialogue. It just falls into like, ooh, women of color. I fuck. And then I leave.
Yeah, and it's almost like, what? So that's an example of intelligence? Like, this pill is so good and I can see third dimensionally into everything. And I find my way to end up right back at the thing I was before the pill where I just need to fuck. Like, that, it doesn't get more primal and simple than that. When I was 13,
and then on top of what, when you were 13, what?
No, even when I was 13, I didn't know shit about life or no experience at all. Still, I was in the same boat that this guy's in. I need to fuck. I want to fuck. Fuck. Like, titties, pussy.
And even, like, another thing, too, like, even, and before someone starts, oh, but he fucked a white woman. Yes, he did, in fact, fuck a white woman. But, here's the thing. She actually came into the storyline as an actual fucking plot point.
Yeah.
Because we're like, oh shit, he might have killed this woman. What happened? He doesn't remember. Now someone reported a guy like leaving the hotel around the time when she fucking dies, and now he's worried, like, what am I gonna do? But meanwhile, all the brown and black women and any other person of color, woman of color that you fucked around with, got no chance to explain themselves. We didn't learn anything about their, like, history, background, personality, nothing. They were just there to fuck and leave.
Yeah.
But of course, the YT woman, she's the one that got the fucking, like, oh, plot point. She's super important to the story, even though he just fucked her.
Yeah.
Even then, she got more screen time than any of the other women did.
I think that's the biggest thing at the end of the day, because for me, when it looks for characters, either characters of color or women in the movie, I always look, to me, not necessarily at the individual, but I look at the variety. Because if I'm getting a situation where it's like I get one character that's pretty well-rounded, a couple not so well-rounded, and a couple cannon fodder, then it's like, okay, cool. I get a variety, because that's going to be how it's like in any movie, a large cast. Not everyone's going to be this perfectly well-rounded character. People are going to serve plot for the movie, purpose for the movie. But it's like you have to have some variety there, because again, we don't ever talk about this with dudes, but yeah, there's plenty of fucking dudes that shouldn't be in a fucking movie. Like a bunch of people in here just kind of just show up randomly. But every woman in this movie is treated as a fucking cock piece for most of it, except for the one woman, except for the 2 or 3 women that get names. And yeah, there's a discrepancy between the women that get speaking lines and the women that don't, which kind of can piss off. To me, the first time I watched it, I didn't notice it. The second time we got pointed out, I'm like, holy fuck. Like, but the thing is, if the movie just focused on the fact that he was primal, it would have been like, okay, he's not smart. He's just doing his base urges. So I'm like, okay, that could be interesting. But that's where I go back to this movie's trying to be this fucking, like, authors fucking, like, look how beautiful this is. It's like Fear and Loathing Las Vegas, but it's like Rain Man 2. And it's like, look at this, the color changes. Look how interesting it is. I put a fisheye lens because he could see out of every corner of his eye because he's so smart.
I gotta agree. I absolutely hate how this movie was shot at certain points. It was so irritating. Just like, okay, we get it. You think
you're smart.
No, legit, like that. that fish lens shit, and it's like, I mean, once again, I mean, you talk about Zack Snyder, but this is like a music video sometimes, man. Look at that, like the yellow shit and all this. Yeah.
He goes from boring New York to apparently, what was it, Mexico or India? Are we picking for the yellow filter in this movie?
Yeah, the Afghanistan.
Yeah, Middle East. I was like, which country are we picking for this one?
Yeah, dude, it's fucking ridiculous. And like, yeah, like that's the thing that really frustrates me. But like, let me ask you this though, dude. The first time you watched this movie way back in the day without us, what was that one point where you actually threw your hands in the air and said, "No, fuck this movie, I'm mad"? Like, at what particular point?
I think I know the point.
Okay, I'm gonna do my best interpretation. This guy in the bar going, "Yo, man, it's not FDA approved, but like it'll unlock like the rest of your brain. You know how you only lose like 20%? This unlocks like the rest of it." And I'm like, "Well, I'm out."
Oh, Jesus!
early, because again, it's like I don't want to sit here and say, "Oh, I've said it." No. It's such a stupid myth that makes no sense to people. Like, people say that, but they don't understand what it means. You are using your full brain capacity the whole time. Everything you have access to is everything you're going to have access to. This idea of a percentage is fucking stupid. It was just made up by science fiction directors to make themselves sound smarter. There's no science to it. Even when they fucking do MRIs, which have only been around for 30 fucking years, so when these stories were created 100 years ago, they have no concept of brain chemistry. They show 65% of your brain just being active, but guess what? Your brain gets active at different fucking times. You don't control that shit. So me even seeing the trailer going, okay, it can't be that stupid. Maybe the movie will be fun. The movie gets increasingly stupid to the dumbest shit I've ever seen in a fucking movie is in the last 20 minutes, where I was almost giddy because I cannot wait for my buddies who are agreeing with me, because people were yelling at me. I have a fucking bone to pick with this movie because I hated it since the day I saw it. It's been 10 years and I've been fighting this battle where everyone's trying to tell me, no, it's really smart, it's really accurate. It's like, no, it fucking isn't. So I'm so happy that everyone in here fucking agrees with me.
Yeah, no, people probably just thought that because it's a new movie that did some concept.
And it's Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, Bradley. Yep, exactly. I will say though, to give the movie some points, because I think that anytime a movie does it to me, then it's like, okay, it's kind of cool. I'll say that sometimes it confused me. But then, and the negative point of that, the broken leg shit, when people were coming off of the drugs, was just a very lazy way to write, like in an obvious, oh, this is becoming a bad thing for him, to the point where, like, the way he was fiending for the shit, too, made him look like a crackhead. Me and Gandhi were laughing, because, like, there's a part he's looking out the window, and he's just like, oh, fuck, I need my shit.
No.
Gandhi killed me with this comment.
No, it was Roxy. She just goes, "What's wrong, baby?" And I just go, "I'm high as shit, dog." That was the same look he was giving right now, looking out the window.
Yeah, dude.
The scene was like he wakes up against the middle of the night. He's just staring at the window, and it's like the motherfucker looks like he's high as shit right now.
Yeah, dude, he looked fucking like just
You ever
strung
see
out.
the morning
dog.
become night and the night become twilight? Go back to bed, honey.
The thing is, too, is like, damn, like, you know, accurate, I guess, if that's gonna be happening to people who you know, want some of that fun, and like you don't have anymore or whatever. But like, y'all kind of come up with your own physical side effects. Like, this shit ripped off Percocet and heroin. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how are you gonna rip off actual other pills?
Well, the thing about it, and one of the biggest problems with this movie is, and for people not only the synopsis of it, yeah, he gets a pill, unlocks 20% of his brain, and then becomes the smartest Rain Man mixed with Sherlock Holmes, mixed with fucking Batman and Bruce Lee. And he just goes through the entire movie just winning the whole time. And my biggest problem with the movie is, on top of the stupid fucking premise, there's never any consequences for him being high. There's consequences when he comes down, but much like anyone that's ever, you know, knows anything, even a little bit about drugs, even when you're at the high of whatever drug you're taking, there's physical consequences. You can't focus, you can't move, you can't eat. But for him, he just becomes better. It's like drinking caffeine. It's like, oh, even drinking caffeine. Caffeine wakes you up. It'll help you think. But if you're constantly on caffeine, you'll start shaking. You'll start itching. There'll be problems, even when you're at your peak. But the only time this guy has problems is when he comes down, which to me is a huge problem, because then stay high all the time. There's no bad sides to it. But I know, but there should be consequences to that. Like, there should be a situation, because the start of the movie, he takes so much and he starts blacking out. But it's like, okay, take one pill a day. You still get all your superpowers and no consequences. So why would you ever, like, as long as you don't go down, you'll be fine. But again, you take any sort of drug, anything at all, fucking sugar for fuck's sake. You get a fucking brownie and you're, oh, cool, I'm super good. You keep eating a fucking brownie, you're eventually going to you're going to throw up. You're going to pass the fuck out from a sugar high.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's true. But it's just like, it's weird that it affected his legs. That's the only thing. It's like, yeah, like that was fucking ridiculous. But one thing, a bunch of big questions I had resulted in certain areas, and I gotta give credit to Jet asking these questions because they're all kind of the same, but at the same time, it's like the fact that this movie didn't answer any of this. Well, no, because one of the questions you kept asking, by the way, is who's making these pills? Why are they made of? How many people are on them? Why the fuck would they keep taking these all day? And it's like I love so much that you did not let that go, Jet. And it was one of those things too, but like, because I was like, okay, well, Jet's.
That's why I keep saying, like, I'm too dumb for this movie. I can't. I don't understand.
No, Jet,
that's the thing. No, that's what's so funny about this is like, Jet. Like, I thought she was just hanging on a movie because the movie sucks, So it's like whatever. And I wanted to tell Jet, hey, like you'll find out. Damn, like we want the movie to tell you everything right now. The movie never tells you. So to Jet's point, the motherfuckers who are writing this, who basically stole this from a book that was already written and already explained everything, etc., they forgot to explain the fucking pill. That's the whole movie's called Limitless. It's based on the pill. They forgot to explain the pill. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I've never seen like not bad writing because there's just no writing. Like, it's not about like I don't like.
It's just a bunch of set pieces.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's not concerned. The problem with the movie is it's not concerned with the existence of the pill until it is concerned with the existence of the pill, and then it forgets its concern because it never gets explained. But it's essentially implied through random dialogue that these pills have been around for years and that random people have been taking them, and it's supposed to explain like, well, that's explaining why these people are so smart and they game up so fast because these pills are going to random fucking people, and it's supposed to explain all this bullshit that some cabal is making all these fucking pills, and it's like that's all the explanation the movie thinks you fucking need.
Yeah. Really quick though, and this is the last thing I'm gonna bring up because I mean I could do it scene by scene, and I do want to wrap it up sometime soon because I remember when the show started and the sun was up, and it's gone now. But
Jamie for 7 hours.
One of these days we will. I'm actually thinking of doing that shit sometime soon. But the thing is though, I want to go around. I'm gonna start off with Roxy because, and there's a particular reason why I'm starting off with Roxy, and the reasoning why is because her life is pretty fucking crazy. I like to think my life is kind of crazy. Roxy's life is a fucking movie that just doesn't stop. So with that said, Roxy, if this pill existed, would you take it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Even with all the symptoms and all the shit that ends up happening, side effects and everything? And what would you use it for?
Honestly, just to clean.
Oh, what the
just
fuck?
so I can, like,
I mean, the movie literally does that.
So I could clean the apartment. Maybe I can, like, help calm down some certain situations at work. Maybe I'll do some crossword puzzles really fast. Like, I'm not going to be crazy going over stocks because I don't really understand them. I'm not going to be, like, searching for more drugs to get me high because I don't really like drugs in the first place. I don't really feel a need to do anything else. Like, maybe I'll get the groceries done, like, super fucking fast. Honestly, if it's a day where I need to do a bunch of chores, that's when I'm going to pick it. That's pretty much it. I don't really feel the need to do anything else.
So, Ganja, if you were to, I'm not going to ask you if you will. You do take shit already. So, like, I'll ask you this.
Hello.
At what point in your life do you feel like this pill would have benefited you the most?
When I was younger. See, this is one of those drugs you do once in a while or not at all. Because you're going to eventually get in a trap, and this is what like a lot of students happen when Adderall. Whereas you're going to become codependent, and you're no longer being able to do anything without it. And essentially, what I don't mean in the sense of like just, oh, I need to do the drug because it don't feel the same high. It just means like this drug literally showed you go full like back to the scale of level of intelligence you were before you popped the pill. So if you want to live any of that lifestyle of you having a higher intelligence, you're immediately gonna have to become addicted to it.
Yeah.
Regardless of the fucking after effects. So this is not like that's something like you're gonna have to just like I did it for like a quick weekend, like similar to what the girlfriend did. Mm-hmm. His ex-girlfriend, she mentioned she did it for like a couple months, and then she weaned herself off, and then she got off of it. That's essentially what you're gonna have to do. It's gonna have to be for one of those pivotal moments of your life that you're gonna need to be on the top of your game, and after that, you're gonna have to leave that shit alone because that's just gonna turn into like what cocaine turns into those fucking stock exchangers.
Exactly. Jet, your life right now, would you take that pill?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What particular things do you wish it would affect the most if you took that pill?
Honestly, like the way like he used this pill, that motherfucker wrote a book in like 8 fucking hours, like a whole fucking book in 8 hours. Like Can you imagine what type of shit I can do if I can get shit done in 8 fucking hours? Like at that point, I'm crushing that pill up and I'm injecting it into my fucking eye sockets, my butthole, like and like anything that I fucking can. Like if that shit
Fucking
can actually
anal
like,
cavity use.
I'll put it under my fingernails if I fucking could. If it actually did all that fucking shit, the pros outweigh the fucking cons, because the thing is just like, oh, they show a certain like girl in this movie who took the pill and like she ends up like a fucking like. She ends up fucking coked out, and she's just like, at that point, I got money. I'll get my fucking teeth fixed. I'll get surgery on my fucking body. Like I'll fix that up, baby. I don't give a fuck. Like I got money.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. I'm taking.
Now the last question.
This movie doesn't do a good job of basically saying like, oh yeah, this pill is so bad for you, and shit. You'll basically start limping, and then you'll want it at literally all points in your life. This is a pro drug movie like a motherfucker.
It really is, man. And here's the thing too. Before we get into our ratings, because
You forgot to ask me, motherfucker.
No, that's literally what I said before ratings. God, you gotta pay attention to shit, bro. Like, no, like the thing is I was gonna ask you is how long have you been on the pill? Because you do so many podcasts and you work, you are like the number one like go-to friend, your primary dude to talk to somebody, you're this, that, and the other. It's like you're on this fucking pill. Like you have like 1,000 things to say about everything. This is you. This movie reminds me of like, do you not like this movie because you don't like looking at yourself?
Someone legit asked me.
In all honesty, I gotta confess something on here. When I was in a bad place when this movie came out, where this is 2011, so I was 21 and I just broke up with my girl, and I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, and I was a writer. So this movie really made me mad at the start, and I think you guys can imagine why. So him being like a loser writer without anything going on, like breaks up with his girlfriend, was really like that hit me in my depression. So I just immediately hated everything that was following. The rest of the movie did not fucking help. But even just like, oh, take this magic pill, something, all your problems get solved. It infuriated me because it's like you see in Hollywood such easy fucking answers to these problems that people think that that's the solution. That drugging yourself up is the solution to these problems, and that's never been a thing for me. Like even when it comes to headaches and stuff, like I usually don't get them, but I'll power through them. Like in all honesty, like I'm almost afraid of being on any sort of medication at all. Not because of this movie, but just in general, because of how much it can change somebody. Because you see people where it's like, oh, they're not on the medication, they're crazy. They're on the medication, they're normal. But it's like, what's the real then? That shit scares the hell out of me. So we're seeing this movie. Seeing that thing, it's like, wow, that to me is almost terrifying. So it's like, I'm not on any pills, and I don't think I would ever take it, because if that unlocks, because his personality changes, he becomes this kind of quieted person to becoming this man whore, basically. But it's like, is that the real him? And to me, that terrifies me. The existentialism always terrifies me. So if you're telling me this drug is going to basically, unlock other parts of your brain, it might change me as a person, and I don't think I could ever live with that.
Yeah. So to wrap it all up, here's what I think. Personally, I think that this movie is a good dumb movie. Sorry. It's just, it's bad. It has some, at the very end, and I'll have Alan bring that particular scene up when he gives his review, but for me, it's like, the very end of the movie definitely made me give this an entire point lower than what I was going to give it before, so this is a 2.5 out of 5. It's a very average movie right down the middle. I think that, if you don't want a bunch of, explanations on how something works that's not real, we'll never have enough explanations because it's not fucking possible, then of course this is a great movie for you, because it's kind of dumb. There's another movie called Lucy who, it gets so ridiculous and crazy, but that's a different kind of movie. Those two things are brought up a lot in comparison to each other because they're about the 20% of your brain, blah blah blah. But it's like, this is a movie that's surface level, and here's the thing: as far as what I read in that book, there was going to be a lot of things, like if you go and read the book, there's a bunch of bits about he does clean his room, and that's one of the things. But another thing is he starts helping guys with their jobs and shit, and he does a bunch of other things. It was kind of weird, how much very boring, it would make for a good video game, but very boring, minimal tasks that happen to showcase him having this pill and him having this ability. And it's in a movie that's only an hour and a half long, unless you guys want a 3-hour epic of a guy, it's I love this pill. Who wants to see that shit? So for me, 2.5 out of 5, it's good if you don't want to turn your brain, on, but yet you kind of want to feel like you're thinking about something, because it does make you think, and hopefully it makes you want to read something instead of watching this fucking somewhat of a bore fest. Jet, what is your rating?
honestly, I really don't know what the fuck to rate this. Like, I didn't have fun with it. Didn't understand it. Very, very much pro drug. I don't actually know what the fucking like actual message of this movie is. I don't know what the fuck it is. Like, I don't know what the fuck it was trying to tell me, except like, yeah, like do drugs. The pros outweigh the cons. Like, you'll basically like be able to go to the club, spit some Shakespearean Macbeth facts at some bitch, and you'll probably get some pussy. Fuck your landlord's wife. You'll get super strength and shit and beat the shit out of guys who are trying to assassinate you. Drink someone else's blood to get get fucking like high. Become a vampire. Who the fuck knows?
Oh, goddamn vampire.
Don't actually find out like where like you're getting your source from. I guess you're smart. Like I guess at some point you're smart enough to just basically break the shit down and just make your own version of the fucking. I don't know what they're fucking trying to tell me with this movie. I don't understand it. Like, I'm not smart enough for this. Like, I can't do it. Like this, my own enjoyment of this fucking movie. This is like a 1.5 out of for me because like there's not one point in this movie I actually had fun. I was just annoyed.
Yeah, it can solve any problem, Jed. Oh, Roxy, your rating. Any last words you want to give? Big farts.
I still don't know what the hell happened in this movie. I don't know what the fuck Robert De Niro did. I don't know what the fuck Bradley Cooper did. I don't know if he ended up being smart enough to break down the fucking drug or figure out whoever made it and blackmail him. I don't fucking know. And then I try to sit here. I try to understand the point. There's certain things that I do understand, but in the grand scheme of things, it does not make fucking sense. And there were so many things that pissed me off in this fucking movie. The fact that he literally cleaned an apartment, sat next to a dead guy, and was like, "Hey, did I knock you out cold with my fucking joke, dead bitch?" And then he fucking drinks a guy who is dying and shot on the fucking ground. This man's like, "Oh, the drug's got to be in his system. It's in his blood. Let me just drink his blood and not get hepatitis B, C, A, HIV." All that shit's thrown out the window. He's too smart for that. He's too smart to catch any kind of fucking disease from drinking the blood of a fucking dead man on the ground. This movie was a fucking mess. From beginning to end, I'm only giving this a 0.5. This was some fucking hot-ass garbage. And if you think the fucking director or Bradley Cooper was smart in any way, shape, or form in this movie, you need counseling. Drugs are not good. Fucking stop.
And by the way, people don't think that that's a really interesting. That pill is so fucking different. Yeah, it's speed, dude. That exists. You can go get it. Right?
Speed or Adderall?
Yes.
Well, no. But speed is not even like a real name of the pill. It's like it's just what people call it. But yeah, it's not even a pill. It's like it's meth basically. Like
you can get basically any drug you can get into a pill form.
Yeah. But I mean, like Speed. Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite albums of all time, a Korn album, is based on Speed. So, it does a lot of crazy things, but it makes your dick really small. But deal with that though. At least
man, this guy's. Could you imagine it? If halfway through the movie, the guy who looks like you go, "Oh fuck, it fell off." Okay, that's a consequence, buddy.
You do it.
It looks.
Dude, that would be great if they did that. That'd be fucking awesome.
I actually honestly would have applauded the movie, like. Okay, now you gotta choose. You want your dick or not?
My beepee no longer looks like a beepee. It looks like a giant, oversized clit.
Ganja, rating and any last comments, sir?
My rating 2 out of 5. I gave my full kind of description early on with the whole script, give my opinion on the shit. But honestly, when it comes to Limitless, there's nothing really to say. It was during the Bradley Cooper's big hype train. Y'all saw him in the fucking Hangovers, and this was just him pushing his fame through further to collect checks. So I don't know why y'all expect anything more.
Exactly.
If you like it, check it out when you're bored. If you're interested in the idea of a super drug, check it out. But if you're like, oh, I'm not interested in the slightest, well, then you're not missing anything. So good luck.
Yeah. Now, the fucking finale, because I cannot wait to end the show because I am tired. But the thing is, though, is this is a big part of why I was even excited to watch this with you, Alan, is I really want to see if 10 years of who you were before and who you are now would it change how you felt about this movie? So before you begin to your rating, just in one short sentence, do you like this less or more than you did before when you watched it the first time?
I'm less angry at it because I'm in a better place in my life, like a way better place than I was in fucking 2011. Jesus fucking Christ. But the problems that I have with the movie are still there. And in fact, because I know Nick Diaz as a friend, there are things in this movie that bother me even more. Like, this man learns kung fu, and guess what? People in the chat gonna laugh their goddamn ass out. He watches a Bruce Lee fucking video. I'm utterly convinced it was the same one that fucking Busta Rhymes was fucking watching in Halloween 8.
Yep.
I was not mad at that at the time because I was like, whatever, cool. But then I watched Halloween 8 because I'm friends with this stupid motherfucker. So now I'm back to
Busta.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, I'm not in the same place I was, so I'm less angry at the movie, but the problems of the movie still go on. And I'm going to lead this into my final thoughts, unless Nick has another question. It's one of those things where when I look at a movie that pretends to be smart and fails at it in every single spectacular way, like the movie Annihilation, I immediately get more and more angry at it, because if your situation, like Fast and Furious movies don't try to be anything other than they are, so when they're doing dumb shit, it's fun, it's supposed to be set piece of the movie, that's what you get for. Like, at no point does Dom go, I really need to work out, because if I don't lift 500 pounds, I won't be able to get this. Like, they talk a lot of random bullshit, but it's supposed to be a random bullshit kind of movie. The fact that this movie's trying its best to try to connect these fucking dots to be as smart as possible makes the movie feel even dumber than it already is, much like other fucking movies. And him going through his fucking, like, Wolf of Wall Street bullshit. I know Wolf of Wall Street came out fucking 10 years later, but, like, the idea of him just going through this meteoric rise just to fall, the consequences don't seem to be there. When you see other rise and fall movies, you have the situation in which they fucked themselves over or the world fucked them over. This is a situation where he just ran out of juice. As soon as he got more juice, he was fucking fine. But the things that he was doing was not anything that nobody else could do. Like, Nick was making the joke that, I'm on the pill. But that's because I talk incredibly fucking fast. Guess what? This motherfucker talks incredibly fast. He has something to say about everything. I have something to fucking say about everything. Like, he can fucking go from incredible math to different languages to science to whatever. I could do probably 2/3 of that. I'm not trying to say I'm better than Bradley Cooper, but, like, what he's doing isn't technically any better, but the movie portrays it that way. So it's to be like, there's a filter and there's fast, and every single white businessman has a hard-on that wants to fucking fuck him or give him a portfolio. It just becomes this, like, wanking off movie of look how cool Bradley Cooper is for 2/3 of it. And then it gets dumb. The dumbest part of the entire movie. My co-host already brought it up, but for full fucking context, this is the climax of the movie, or whatever this movie construes as the climax. He has, like, no more pills left, and he's at the edge. He's gonna die. This fucking gangster's been fucking with him the whole movie, is gonna, come and kill him. And he says, like, the pill, you take it through oral ingestion. No. You inject that shit in your veins, goes to the bloodstream, 100 times better, lasts longer. A fucking fight takes place, stabs him in the gut through, I don't know how the fuck he got the blade into his gut, fucking kills the dude, and he's, like, fucking coming down, withdrawing, sees a pool of blood, and remembers what the dude said earlier, and drinks his fucking blood and gets his powers back, and beats the other two guys up. I'm like, so he became a vampire. He drank blood, got superpowers. He's a vampire, right? Why does anyone that watches this movie not think this is the dumbest comedy in the world? I don't blame Nick for thinking this movie is stupid, but stupid would imply some sort of like realization that they're not smart. This is a dumbass. This is Tommy Wiseau. As soon as he finished The Room, thinking he created a fucking art form, but then everyone laughed at him and he just rolled with it.
Yeah. No, I mean, and that's the biggest thing is like that. And I didn't want to say it in the beginning of the review, but it's like that's where I kind of really put my feet in the situation of like, this is a dumb movie, and they know it, because there's no way that they're like, it'd be really smart if I vampire the fuck out of his blood.
But the thing is, Nick, like, I almost wish we could talk to the director. I guarantee you he thinks he made a brilliant movie.
He has to sell it like that. I won't even argue with that.
Yeah, I got you.
It's just, but it's just one of those things like, and that's why I like doing these reviews, and that's why I like how we all have different aspects, because like I'm a very angry person. I hate a lot of shit, and I understand that like I usually hate things more than most people in the chat, whatever. But like in this call, I do love that we are all very, very different. And you and me, it really depends on the kind of person that we are and what we expect. And it's like, dude, like I feel like that was just amazing. The fact that you and I could be on so complete opposite ends, but yet somehow we watched the same movie. I didn't see anything that was like smarter than what you saw or dumber than what you saw. We just have a different idea of what it was, and it's still pretty cool. So like. Yeah. That's why we do these reviews, guys, and it will be a lot more interesting, especially when we get into, there's some other things I want to compare, like How High and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Obviously I had to do Sucker Punch tomorrow. That will be something.
I'll join you on that. I can't let you go through that shit alone. I'm the biggest Zack Snyder fan here, but fuck.
Actually, Nico, have you ever seen Sucker Punch?
No. Fuck no. Why the fuck would I ever watch that shit?
Look, I'm a huge fan of Zack Snyder, and that's his legitimately worst movie.
I hate him. I hate the fuck out of him.
I honestly can't wait for the total opposite, and you'd be like, "That's actually not that bad." I'd be like, I kind of would be mad at you, but I'm like, "Oh, thank God I can go a week without him shitting on Zack Snyder."
If he ends up liking like Sucker Punch, I will be surprised because it has everything in like the movie that he would absolutely despise.
Yeah, and I'm glad that I haven't been. The last 2 reviews we did, I wasn't the angry one, but like. Man, I don't want to be the angry one. I'm so sick of being the angry one, but like...
Look, you're not going to talk... Like, for me, I'm not going to be angry at Sucker Punch. I'm just disappointed because the movie's stupid and makes no sense. But it has cool visuals, so that's why it's like... As much as, like, I will never defend Sucker Punch in any way, shape, or form. But at the end of it, I've seen worse movies. It's Zack Snyder's worst movie, but I've seen way worse. When 300 gets on the fucking docket, I might kill you.
No, I'm sorry, now you probably will, because I don't like that movie. And I didn't like it when it came out. Like, so, yeah, like, here's my thing. It's like, I like the movie as far as, like, you know, it was a cool concept, but every time there's a fight scene, it fucking, like, angered me to, like, a rage, where I'm like, you fucked your own movie up. Like, it's like someone just...
Fight scene in that movie is fantastic.
That movie is equivalent to, like, that fucking PS1 Mega Man game, where it's like, oh, this is fun. Oh, fuck, I gotta watch this stupid-ass cutscene. Okay, move. All right, now I get to play again. Oh, I'm about to shoot this guy. Oh, here he comes again. God fucking damn it. It's like... Yeah, 300 is the Mega Man of Mega Man PS1 of
and if you found that metaphor extremely confusing, you're not alone.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. So before we go and talk about the Metropolis really quick, give me a rating for the movie because I don't think you did.
That's a tough one because like it. I can't. I legitimately think I got to give like 0.5 out of 5 because like giving it a 0, it's irredeemable, but like. Especially watching the second time, it wasn't as if it wasn't like something like Mother that I can't give a point to because I left the theater mad. When I leave a movie mad, I will never give it a point because I left with a feeling that's gonna stick forever. And every time I think about it, someone brings it up, it reignites it. You took something out of my life. You took a part of me. You live rent free in my head. I can't give you points because you already took a place in my head. This one, I forgot it existed. And it got brought back, and I'm gonna forget about it in 3 fucking days, unless some crazy person has enough balls to tell me that movie's intelligent and wants to explain to me the science. I fucking dare you. But to me, it's like 0.5 because there are some parts where I fucking laughed my ass off at how stupid it was. So I got that, and yeah, watching it with friends, like I gave the only reason giving up points because I was in a room full of people, and my opinion got vindicated. You have no idea how much of a relief that is when everyone's been telling me I'm stupid for not liking this movie and being in a room full of people that agreed with me.
No,
like, that's vindication, man.
Yeah, and just so you know, we weren't kissing your ass at all. It's just the way it was because we are straight up.
Oh, no, in fact, Nick was trying to find reasons to fight me halfway through the movie. Halfway, he's like, oh, fuck it, I give up. This movie's shit.
Yeah, anyways, tell the people about the Metropolis Collective as we get the fuck out of here, man.
Alrighty then. So yes, the MooBot sent out information probably throughout the show, but just follow me or anyone here on Facebook. We had a lot of content actually dropped in the last couple of days. Conversation happened with Shay and with Ruthless. So if you have any questions, basically just Females Protective on Dating, check that out. There was the Illuminati episode where we go into a bunch of different topics, but much more interestingly, Ruthless recorded me and Ganja yelling at each other about space travel.
They're real. And until they butt fuck this man, he's not gonna be happy.
Apparently, all you gotta do is some fucking decent video footage, and Ganja will donate money to your Save an Alien Foundation.
Wait, wait, do you not think aliens exist?
Belief is
free.
No,
I do. I just
Money
don't think they've ever been to Earth, ever.
Oh, maybe. That's all right.
Oh, don't baby me, motherfucker! I got this shit from here. I don't believe aliens have ever been on Earth, ever.
And he wants to fight ghosts.
I don't, well, because again, I don't believe in ghosts either. And 3 years ago, I challenged him to a fight, and I don't see no bitch ass ghosts around.
That's not how they work.
Yeah.
Well, then fucking someone curse me or some shit so I can prove them right.
Well,
would you like to go into a cursed area?
Okay, how much do I get paid?
Nothing. You just said you wanted to go to a cursed area.
I mean, yeah, but if I get some money out of it, motherfucker, we got paid $10 to watch Limitless.
Yeah. What a bad decision. The music is on playing. We're out of here, guys.
It's for me to like sleep in a graveyard or some shit.
People, keep doing them bit bounties. We will definitely watch a lot of this stuff, and I'll definitely have a...
Yeah, I'll watch Sucker Punch with this guy. Not in the same room as him, because I like to deal with this shit the whole time.
Anyways, guys, peace out. I hate this accidental Snyder week that this week has become.
Snyder. There's no way you hate it more than I do, because I got to deal with your shit. You're not.
Bye, everybody. Goodbye.
We're gonna do it, Alex.